Man, having technical difficulties today. So what's going on, guys? Jim, $5. What's going on? Appreciate it. You guys can donate to beardhw@gmail.com too. All core clock of 6'9". Can you guys see me? Trying to make sure. I had the wrong button and stuff, so. What's going on? All core 6.9, huh? That's crazy. Hey. What is going on? I think YouTube is slacking, not necessarily me. So what's going on, guys? What's new? I actually ate food this time before the stream, so I won't be hangry this time. I'll just be angry. So what's going on? We doing bets? Yeah, what do you think we're gonna do? Yesterday we basically were doing around 5-2. So you guys didn't get to see that. I had to close the stream down because I was starving. We ended up doing 5-2 at 1.6 volts. So if you saw on the community, YouTube community, I put up basically the screenshot, and yeah. All right, so where are we going? We are slacking. A little quiet on the tablet, max volume. Did a freeze for you guys. I've been having TDs since Sunday. Well, that's better than STDs. Let's see. Did I fix the crappy motherboard? The motherboard's actually pretty good. I think it was a beta BIOS that just totally killed it. I basically had to keep on going, and I spent probably an hour and a half just messing with the BIOS. So I ended up flashing to another BIOS, and it just magically worked. So then I had to play with all the cold voltages and stuff, and I think I came up with a decent set of what to do. So a lot of the issues I have is basically with the Infinity Fabric. The Infinity Fabric was it causes cold issues. So I ended up having to back it down to about what was it, 1466 on the Infinity Fabric, and I doubled that so for the memory, which is pretty much normal. I think it's like 2880 or somewhere around there. It's right under 3000. So basically, yeah. So I was able to get it down to about a minus 180 degrees Celsius, and I was running about 5.2 at pretty much 1.6 volts. So I started looking at a bunch of different people's, like some of the other professionals that put out stuff, and it looks like they're going out up to like 1.9. So we're going to try to see what we can do above that, because pretty much at 1.6 on 5.2, that was the wall. I didn't want to try any higher since it was the first session. So I don't know. We're going to see what is going to go on. Anyways. See, the problem is now that I ate, I'm actually tired again. So you're going to have to, I'm going to slack a little bit. Not really, but. First thing I have to do is basically go and pour some liquid nitrogen, and then we'll get started pretty much right away. I want to get pretty much into it, and yeah, so let's get to it. Let's see. No way you can actually see me pour. My whole area right here is so small and tiny. Thank goodness I'm moving, because otherwise this would be, I don't know how much more of this I could do. Basically, this is a 30 liter. I just filled it up. I have a big tank. I have a 180 liter tank in my garage. So I think it's probably about half full now. So we still have time to bench other things. This might be my last Ryzen stream for a little bit, but I think what we're going to have to do is start moving on to some Intel stuff until we get that 12 core. Once we get a 12 core, I'll probably go back and do Ryzen again for a little bit, because I want to see that 12 core. One of my issues with the 3700 and the 3800X is the two chiplet design on the 3900X actually has better write performance and memory, and then that's just by design. So they're pretty much gimped compared to the 3900X, and if we're gonna run benches like 32M, really big memory benchmarks, we want that extra performance. So that's one of the reasons why I don't run 32M on the 3800X. So let's see. I think we only have 3. We might have 4. I know everybody had probably just left after I said Intel, right? I don't know. I have a couple different platforms to test, right? I got the big 28 core, which I'm waiting for my bracket to be made. I still want to set up an operating system and do a bunch of stuff there. Oh yeah, this is the one. Let's fill out one more. I also have an X299 Dark. I have two 9980 XCs to test on liquid nitrogen. I need to first do a base and get used to the board again because I haven't used the board in a long time. I want to make sure all the BIOS is good and pretty much everything. And then I have the Z390 Dark. And I actually decided that I might do a live stream on the Apex. I think that would be easier. And then I'm going to do a Ryzen guide. So that way if you want to bench on water, air, instead of watching all the streams, you'll have a nice video to watch. So all that's going to be coming up in the next upcoming weeks, along with my move. So if you're new to my channel, basically I'm in a small area when I do this. I would rather be in a big area, so I'm moving at the end of the month. I'll do some videos, live streams to show the new setup and stuff. Kind of show how I'm going to end up doing everything. So alright, so Adam says, come on, slacker, almost my bedtime. I am basically pouring now, man. Come on, give me a break. Alright, let's splash some LN2 and let's get to work. Alright, let's turn this puppy on. Make sure the hard drive's in there. Actually, we'll just boot the BIOS real quick. Oh, yeah. Alright, just for you, Adam. That $5 made me do it, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Yes, I want to know when the 3950X will appear in my place, too. So, it's not supposed to come out until September. So, it's kind of lame on that aspect. I really want to get my hands on a regular 3900. What are we doing over here? Oh, that's right. My monitor cable came out. Just give me 1 second. Let's see. That one. Oh, I gotta climb around. This is the one reason why I need a house. Alright. Damn it. Let's see. It's funny, you guys can see the screen, but I can't see the screen. So just give me 1 second, I'm almost ready. For some reason, this HDMI connection always falls out of the back of the monitor. And I have to jump through hoops to get it back. So just give me 1 sec. There we go. See, make sure that's good. We have a bunch of liquid nitrogen on the ground because I wasted it. All right. He is Linus on LN2. What's going on? All right, so let's boot in. So a couple things. I have some profiles, of course. If you've been watching a couple of the other streams, you'll see what I'm about with the profiles. So let's see. I think this is the best one. Let's see. I'll tell you exactly what I did in them. I'm like out of breath. Let's see. So, the main thing that I had issues with was the cold bug. If you guys saw a bunch of stuff. Let the beard grow like this channel. Full support to you. You need a better cam, bro. What do you mean I need a better cam? It's actually a GH5. Problem is I have to adjust the settings. There we go. Yeah, I need a bit. Oh, I think you're talking about basically the Logitech cam. Yeah, I know. I actually have one, but I have to go dig it in the garage. So when I move over to the next, when I actually move over to my next setup, I'll basically go and do everything new. Basically, get some new cameras, get the whole setup down, pretty much everything. So that's going to be coming pretty much at the end of the month. So you see a couple settings here. What I really went down to was I had to drop the DDR4 from 3800 to 2933. This drops the F clock, which is pretty much half, to 1467. When I do 1500, at 1467, I can basically go to minus 180 degrees Celsius, which is good cold scale. It should be good, and I should be able to push up to 1.9 on that 180. But if I go to 1500 on this, and then I go 3000 on DDR4, it magically, I can only go to minus 170. So I want to try first at that 180, see what it buys us, and if we don't need that 180 and we need 170, I can actually drop and get more performance. So I ended up, since I ended up dropping clocks, I ended up dropping memory settings. So let's see. Oop, there we go. Advanced DRAM configuration. I ended up dropping them down to 90, 33, 180, 1T. Now these are just basics. I didn't go. I'm gonna probably spend more time just when I get some time to play around. But I want to show you guys some cool stuff with the liquid nitrogen. So yeah, one of the biggest issues I had yesterday was with the existing BIOS. The existing BIOS was I don't know, give me issues. I think it was originally a mount issue. I noticed when I put the pod on today that it might have been a little bit crooked. So I think that might have been causing the those issues. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think it's good now. Then the next issue we had was basically with the corrupted BIOS. Now that was a pain in the ass. When I got off the stream, I ate, and then I jumped back in it for a while, and I ended up having to, I finally got it to boot up into M-Flash. And when I booted up to M-Flash, I was able to finally, it took like 50 times, but I ended up flashing to, I think the release BIOS. So basically the BIOS that comes up on MSI's site, and that's the one I was basically going through. So, oh, thanks, brother. Keep slacking, bro. Let's see. Let's answer some questions while I'm doing this. New BIOS. Yep. Hello, my new friends. The AIO I used was the Corsair H115i. So, hey, Slacker, sorted the boot. Yep, everything's good. Yes, CL9. Yes, this is not DDR3. But it's funny, though, because the most performance I'm going to get is 1467, so I'm going to drop that latency down. So, PLN is Poland. I was actually wondering about the PLN. So, also, if you guys want to donate to the channel, you can use beardedhw@gmail.com for PayPal and friends and family if you want to. You can also go to beardedhardware.com and get a shirt. No international at this moment. They're about a week out now, I think. So once that's done, yeah. So you can. I'd rather you buy shirts and stuff. That way you get something back. I'll have stickers. I'm working on hats and sweatshirts too. So, but anyways. So here we go. I'm gonna go through and talk about a little bit more voltages. So here's one of the biggies. I had to bump up SoC voltage. I still had cold issues yesterday. One of the reasons why I think I had such bad cold issues was because of this. So the more I raised SoC, the colder I could get. So I ended up stopping at 1.45. I'm not sure how safe that is, but we're going to be going on liquid nitrogen, so the cold should handle it. And so I ended up going down to the CPU down here, 2.2. That's one of the recommended values in the guide, so I'm setting that. DRAM, I bumped them up because I wanted a lower latency, so now we're at 195. So those are kind of the gist of it. So it's really down to the F clock and basically down and the lower MEM frequency, setting up the timings, and going through and finding the SoC voltage. So before I do that, I'm just going to drop the temps down. Get it down to about minus 10. I have this weird issue where I can't seem to get it to boot unless I heat it up to minus 25. So it's one of those things that's kind of a pain. It says Infinity Fabric won't go higher than 36 megahertz. That's actually untrue. It actually will go to 1900 on the Infinity Fabric, and double of that is 3800 on memory. Once you do 3800, that's when it actually stops. I know AMD has said something about 3733. I don't know. I think that's their advertised, but I know on the MSI board you can actually go up to 1900, and I proved it on other ones. So 3800 is pretty good. And then I was also talking about to Cookie, and he's basically said all of his did 1900 too, and he's on a gigabyte board. So I wouldn't be surprised if that works too. So. Yes, the cold boot bug, I was just mentioning that, is minus 25C. I haven't been able to get it over that, and I don't know why, to be honest. So, I'm not really worried about that. When I go so cold anyway, and if something happens, I kind of want to heat it up all the way anyway, because the paste can get funny when you get that cold, because we're going to be benching about minus 180 degrees Celsius. So, it doesn't matter. Basically, it's good that we have to heat up, so I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. So, I also installed Geekbench 3, so we're going to probably do some of that. Oh, good question here. So, do you think the 3800X will clock better? So, here's the thing with the 3800X. It's basically the same thing as the 3700X. It's a one chiplet design. The only thing that I see that's different is the base clock and the boost clock. And they're not that much different. Maybe they're a better bin. I don't know. I really haven't seen anything to that fact that actually makes it that it is a better bin. So I can't really tell you on that one. So we're down at about minus 14, so we're gonna boot, and I'm gonna go right into the operating system. With those voltages, should be fine to boot at negative temperatures. I do not recommend doing those temperatures, doing those volts at high temperatures. So don't take this. You were warned. If you break your shit, that ain't my fault. So, just want to make sure you guys know that. But anyway, so what else we got here? Nice beard, lad. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Snowball. Don't know what that is. Yes, I'm using Kingpin Blue Paste. You can go to kingpincooling.com. I also use Thermal Grizzly too. So, but oh yeah, probably is the board with CH7. I didn't have a CBB. Could be, but I think it's actually the chip. So, from what I was told by MSI, that's actually the chip. So, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I need another chip to test to be able to actually say. So, what AMD was said was without manual tuning the F clock, so by default it does drop the F clock if you go above it. Actually, that's not true by default. What do you mean by default? So pretty much everyone that I know, as soon as you start bumping the mem clock up, by default, it bumps up the other one. So if you go to 3733, it gets split in half. So if you go to 3800, it gets split in half. As soon as you go to 4K, that's when things start getting interesting. Your performance dies, and it basically takes a complete, just goes in the dumper. Okay, so we'll over fabric benefit and synthetics. Actually, the 3600 to 3800 is huge in Ryzen. I was actually really impressed. I saw some huge reads and writes in IDA. If you look on our stream from Monday, I think that's Slacker stream 5 or 4. Man, we actually went through later in the stream and saw the IDA results, and I show it right there actually. So you can see from 3600 to 3800. You're obviously going to have to watch it. That's the whole point of having YouTube, right? So, all right. So, Extreme R15 bench. Why is everybody like R15 Extreme? I like R15. The reason why is because I have historical data on it. That's why I'm big on it. No 5.3 yet. Let's see. What are we at? Minus 29. We got to actually get colder here because we can actually bench a little bit. So Let me try to go through some on. It's always your fault, Slacker. Yours and porn. Yeah, we gotta wait till 400, and that's when the porn bots start coming in. I'm not sure why, but whatever. Does Capex make your beard grow? Bread grow? Bread? Beard? Bread? No, probably not. I do get some paste in there all the time. He got best scores with 3800. So in before KP. Any recommendation of VCore when setting a new system? Just try to set as low as you go. That way you want to set the VCore low because you want to basically keep the temperatures down, and the more you keep temperatures down, the more you can actually overclock. So it gives you a little bit more room, and I recommend a really good what's it called? A good cooler. So how big are the 2XL shirts? I'm between an XL and a 2XL. I'm in a 2XL, so that's pretty much the standard size I wear. I would go with 2XL if it just shrinks a little bit. The 2XL seems to be pretty good. So what's up, Joe and other suckers? What's up, Bo? Part of the Ryzen Facebook group. I forget which exactly the name of it, Bo, so if you can advertise it here, it'd be great. So unrelated, you even stuck your beard nail too? No, I'm actually worried that it might crack. Let's see, 4,000. The program screenshot directed desktop. I don't know what the program is, man. I can put it up. I'll probably start sharing some of the stuff that I do. I just need to come up with a site to do it. So I might do like a Google thing and where I can put stuff up for you guys to take, because I don't even remember where I got it. I've used it since 2010. So I totally overclocked the beard. So R20. I just started using R20. Go back to R15. Means the breadcrumbs grow in your beard. Hey, you gotta save stuff for later, right? Should you use R20 or R15 for benching? Well, R15 gives you points on hwbot.org, so that's cool. R20 doesn't have enough reference, so I want to be able to show the difference. That's why I use R15, so I don't think it's that big of a difference. What was your max OC ambient cooling? And what? So basically, our max was we would do 4.4 and 3.8 on MEM and 1.9 on the fabric, and I posted the results. I don't remember where I think on Twitter, and then I did it. I don't know if I put them on the community here at YouTube, but I think I will though. All right, so let's go. The double bicep flex. Computer enthusiasts for the win. What's going on, bud? What about the next TR? The third. Well, I don't know. You know what? I really want to see the 3900X. Stroke the beard and say my name. I bet you that's my Uncle Jimmy right there. Don't extremely cold temps cause wires to become brittle. Not necessarily. Depends on what's used for wires. What is the cold bug of my chip? Is minus 180 because of the F clock. So I'm going to get right down to it. We need to start getting the temps down. I'm going to run a couple R15s just to get, so I'm going to kind of ignore the chat for a little bit. So I'll try to see it, but yes, and the big Allen 2 tanks do leak. They have to, because if you don't have a regulator on there, they will blow up. They build power. If you were to stick liquid nitrogen in a bottle and close it off, you know what it would do? It will blow up. It's kind of pretty crazy. So, what is that? 2317 CBV15. No, it's actually higher. I thought it was, I did 2353 actually. So, all right. So let's get down to R15. This is at 4.5. So I want to see kind of what's going on. I actually kind of know. We're going to stick it over to the side. Actually, let's move this over a little bit. I'm going to go right to the BIOS stuff. And you know, on the BIOS stuff, I'm going to add my beautiful face. Or not. Let's see. GH5. Actually, we'll just go here for a bit. So it's running in the background. And we're just going to pull down. So I'm going to pull down to about minus 180 degrees Celsius. Actually, we still need to set up in there. Let me do that. So let's do this. I'm just going to shrink it so that way you can see the temps. There you go. That seems pretty good. So we ended up getting 2364 at 4.5. Remember, since we lowered that F clock, that's where we're getting hurt we're actually hurting in performance. I was doing that at pretty much almost 4.3. That's one of the things that I don't like pretty much about the cold bug with the Infinity Fabric, because That's like the most important thing. That's exactly where we're getting a lot of our performance at. And the cool thing about that is it's actually on air and water. So all you guys that are water clockers, you guys are actually going to get a bunch of cool stuff. So, let's see what's going on. Hi from Brazil, Alexander. Nice to meet you, brother. All right, so where are we going? Can you make a guide on how to OC RAM? That's exactly what we're going to do after. If you guys didn't hear me before, I'm going to basically do a guide on the Ryzen, pretty much an OC guide just for Ryzen in general. It's going to be based on this board since I don't have the other boards. But it will be a good guide, and you could pretty much use all the information across all the different systems. So, all right, we're at minus 120. Let's just start bumping up some clocks, right? So we're going to get down and dirty right away. So we're going to jump up. I'll just do 48. Do 48. We're going to just, we can keep it there for that voltage. So 48 and 1.5. So the CPU frequency should be at 4.8 now. Let's do a run. Let's see how it goes. We should be able to run at 100 at these volts, no problem. While this is going on, I'm actually just going to fill up the pot. It looks like I need to torch the pot a little bit because it's getting a little slow. You see how the liquid nitrogen's not sucking into it? So what you do is you can basically go through and put the torch in there. Let me actually fix this one window. Let's see. Plus, nope. And I want to just give me 1 second. I just want to do it so you can actually see what I'm talking about too. So, right. There you go. I think that's a pretty good view. That way you can kind of see the score. So we jumped up from 4.5. Let me keep notes. I always like to keep notes of what our clocks are. So we went to basically 4.8. Of course my pen dies. Come on. All right, there we go. So I like to keep track of like what a voltage we use, what temperature. So we pretty much at minus 140, 1.5 volts. And our score was 2540, which is pretty low actually. So we're gonna do another run and then I'm gonna keep pulling down. Actually, the next thing I'm gonna do is probably heat it up real quick. I need a torch on there. It makes a huge difference on the pot, how you can control the pot. So it's definitely beneficial to be able to do. So let me move this over. And move this. There you go. Let's see. We're at minus 150 now. We're at still 2532. All right, so now we're gonna bump it up a little bit more. Let's see what's going on there. So we're at 4.8. We're just gonna jump to 5.0, 5 gig. I'm gonna go up to 1.55 for now. 1.55 should be completely fine for 5 gig. And let's run. Yeah. Pot's slacking a little bit, so we're gonna have to basically definitely go through how to take a sip to become a real Viking. If you see me at Computex, I actually usually put it in my mouth and basically blow it out and do the bearded dragon. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm trying to concentrate on too many things already. What drive cloning program do I use? I usually use a Cronus. They should be paying me for this, pretty much. So 5 gig at 1.55 volts, and we are pretty much at 2617. And we're getting around the minus 160 temp. All right, we'll jump up to 5.1. I'm gonna actually jump up the volts a little bit more, 1.6. And what we'll do is we'll go to 5.1. So we're at 5.1 gigahertz on the AMD Ryzen system at about minus 170 degrees. You hear that? You hear that pot sizzle? Ooh. I love that noise. That noise gets my adrenaline pumping. It's like a car going. Ooh, just sounds so good. So Let's run that 5.1. Here. So pretty. That's my favorite noise. The bearded dragon. Everybody likes it. Oh, thanks for the $2, Gary. Good stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. Reinstalling Windows on LN2. I have done that before. I had to do that at one of the G-Skill events, actually. Yes, so I heard Intel is bringing out the 10 cores. The 10 cores are pretty cool, though. I'm kind of excited about that. I really see... The one thing that I actually really was excited about with the Intel ones is that the price. The $500 for the 10 core. And that 10 core, was it boosted 5.2? So I'm curious to see like what like a real overclocker can do with them on even water and stuff. I have a feeling that they're going to be like extreme monsters. I mean, if they're another plus, I mean, it's got to be crazy. Anyone notice Kingpins? The whole site is sold out. Well, I think they're a limited production run, but let's see. It actually seems that LN2 is actually taking much better at this time. I don't want to go too cold, because otherwise we'll cold bug. So we're going to do 5.2 at 1.6 right now. Let's see your party trick, Joe. Easy now. I don't know if this can go public. What's going on? Great sound. Good, good, good. Will you break the 5.9 LN2? I doubt we were going to hit 5.9, but this was a nice score right here. 2741 on 5.2. 1.6 volts. So, oh, what happened? Oh, see, this is what happens. You get some shaky. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come back. Come back to me. Ooh, I think we got lucky. Does it boot? Did it boot? Oh, somebody bought a hardware or a Bearded Hardware t-shirt. Appreciate that. Like I said, it's going to be out probably about a little bit over a week. So, just so you know. Hey, we crashed, but we're back, which is cool. I don't have to end up heating it up to minus 25. So, I'm just going to take this time, this moment, to basically heat up torch the pot, basically put a glaze on it. It actually helps with the liquid nitrogen sucking into it. Basically, I'll heat it up, maybe like 15 degrees. Get a nice glaze over everything. And with that, it makes a huge difference. You'll see. All right. So now, we got to be careful around that minus 170 range. I'm wondering if we can actually bump up the SoC to around 1475. It might be a little bit better. It might gain us a little bit something. So let's try this. 1475. We're going to go back up to 1.6 volts. I'm going to go directly to 5.2 because let's get it a little bit colder first. We're not putting a load on it, so I think we can set 5.2 right now and be happy. So let me open up R15. Oh, I don't care about the power draw. Come, you guys in this power draw. I hear all the AMD guys, and listen, I'm not really. I'm a performance fan. So whatever is doing the best performance, and to be honest, the Ryzen ones are actually really fun. So I can't hate on them, but the power stuff is just kind of ridiculous, man. This is desktop. This ain't mobile desktop processors. Come on, guys. I mean, we gotta do some cool shit. And it's the real cool part about these. They are, you can tell they sip power. Most of the new boards and stuff, I think you can get away with a lot on the older boards, to be honest. So, all right, is the pot empty when I torch? Yes, if I torch the pot when it's not empty, basically it doesn't actually heat the pot. It doesn't actually glaze the metal. So the pot has to be empty when you torch it. Now you'll see now, look how quick that dropped. Now it's almost about, we're going to keep it at 175. It seems like it'd be more stable at 175, so let me get my LN2 here. I'm going to make some space. So we're back at 5.2 again. Oh, thanks, Brendan. Messing with cooling my 9900K direct die on water and watching that Master Slacker. Life is good. Thanks for the $5, bro. Yes, life is good. We're not screwing with BIOS issues anymore. So, we just look at that. See how fast that pop moves now? I almost torched it too much. I probably shouldn't have torched it as much as it did. Oh, you can tell. Yeah, I need a better camera. So I have a GoPro, one of the new GoPros that I'm going to put it here. But the thing is, I can't find the capture card for it. Okay, 2706. It's a little slower than we did last time, but we're going on somewhere. So let's go. I'm going to set 165. I just want to see if the voltage actually makes it a little bit more stable. So let's see. Yeah, I'll worry about the power when the power bill comes. Is exactly right. It's kind of funny, actually. The one thing that I see that it's good for is in the server environment, because obviously they're going to have a ton of servers and you're going to be less power. So that makes sense for a server market, but when we're going for all performance, I don't really buy the whole sipping power stuff. My power company loves me. All right, so it looked like we probably needed a little bit more voltage because we scored a little bit higher on that one. That happens sometimes. So the goal, what is the goal? Our goal is to basically go over 5.3. So the max I did yesterday, actually I could show it up on here, was 2786. And this was at 5.3. If you notice at the Northbridge frequency, this is basically, oh, actually I'm in the way. Let me move over to the side and explain it a little bit better. Let's go. Let's do this. Yes, there we go. So in here, you basically see it was at 5.3 on CPU-Z, and then if you look over the Northbridge frequency, that's actually the F clock, right? That's just a name for standards practice. CPU-Z was put like Uncore or Mesh, but this is no same. So this is basically 1900, right? Or this is what I was on air 1900, and every time I go up more on this one, I end up getting, I can't go as cold, and I need cold, so I ended up, you'll see the memory frequency too. So I also put timers to validate my results. So if you're benching on AMD, you got to be very careful. On Windows 10, it likes to mess up the clock skew. So I'll show you right now what I usually do is I basically go through CPU-Z. Let me put me back up. I usually go through CPU-Z. And there's this little feature. So I don't remember what version. We're on 1.89.1. But if you go to Tools, Timers. Now when you run, so if I hit Start, this is basically making sure the system clock is in with reason. So that's why you see me put that up next to the results. All the system clocks are in reason. If it's any skewed or anything, it basically messes up the results. So you'll see me do that often, and that is why. So let's go back to here. I'm going to start pushing a little bit more. We're going to try 5.3 right away. We know that it runs. It was pretty iffy me running it yesterday, so let's see if it actually, what it does. So let me get here. I'm going to do the two-handed shuffle. So we're running. So minus 177. I'm trying not to go too cold. It looks like we're still running. 178, 179. Come on, is it going? Is it going? It looks like the pot's heating up. This is that point where I hate when doing it over the window mode. So it looks like we might have failed. Yeah, it looks like it failed. That's the one problem with having it over on the side. But it actually, that's like one of those tips and tweaks that actually makes it run better. So is there any reason to get, I don't know of the reason yet. I haven't tried a 3800 over 3700, so. All right. Oh, something happened. We had another boot. So I'm wondering if that's not enough stable voltage, to be honest. So it looks like we're booting. I hope so. Otherwise, we would have issues. Nope. Yeah, it looks like we're booting. So that's the pain in the butt. So what do we got here? 1.6 didn't get me any more than 1.75. Well, that's barely any change. Not set real time in CBV. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. The problem is it almost acts like a hang if you do it there. So I don't feel like doing that at the moment. Yeah, so we're just gonna set more voltage. How did you know I was gonna do that, huh? You guys psychic? You psychic? Alright, so let's go back to minus 70. Man, that pot is too quick now. I shouldn't have torched it so much. Now, if I didn't torch it so much, it might have been a little bit better. So we're gonna go 1.7. Oh yeah, I set up I want to do 1.475 on there. I want to do 53. Actually, you know what we should do is what's cool about Ryzen. Instead of doing beat clock, you can do it's like a multi-clock. So you can go up 0.25 instead of going up all the way. So we're at 52.25. So we're at 1.7, 52.25. Let's see how stable this is. So I'm going to dump a little LM2 and kick it off. Let's see. And that pot is like super sensitive. Sensitive. 27.15. Sometimes it's a little slower at first. On this other multi, it seems to do pretty well. So let's go to 52.50. Elmo pot just eats the LN2 now. I know, that's from torching. Isn't it crazy? It's little things like that from pro experience that makes an overclocker. Let's see. We're going to kick it off again. Let's see. Man, that pot is super fast. Crazy. There we go. 27.50. So what was our score from yesterday? Anybody remember? 27.86. So that's our goal, is to beat our 27.86. I'm using a EVGA 1500 classified on this one. It works very good for shutting off. I also use the Seasonic 1300. Those are my like two favorite power supplies. So, let's see. Let's go to 52.75. So the goal again is to beat my last score of 27.86. So we're going to try to beat that. Let's run again. So we're at minus 170. Let's keep going. Ready? All right, run in. See, minus 175. Oh, pulling a little bit. Pulling a little bit. That's how you know if you have good contact between the pot too. Basically, you'll see that it's pulling down. If it wasn't pulling down, then we know we have an issue. Ooh, 27.92. Look at that. So that's a new record for me. So let's close this out. So usually when we put up screenshots and stuff over at HWBot, you basically you end up going, you have to do certain, what's it called, screenshots and stuff. So we use CPU-Z. So the trick here, so if you ever wanted to go submit and be an overclocker and get points and go to hwbot.org, what you do is this is how you would do a screenshot. This is a validation screenshot. So this is how we know whether you're cheating or not. We can tell a lot by a screenshot. It's kind of crazy. You'd be surprised. Many people have been caught cheating. Yes, cheating. I don't understand why. I don't know why anybody would cheat at computers, but yeah, it happens. So yeah, so we just beat our personal best, and we actually did it with less clocks. So that's pretty awesome. So that means we're on a good start right now. So I'm going to take the speed. I'm going to advertise for G-Skill. These are G-Skill Trident Royals. They're Samsung B-Die. They're a 4000 CL17 kit. These are a retail kit. Nothing special here. So, and then I do the screenshot program and check the screenshot. So look at that. We officially have a record. So I'll put that up on hwbot.org, and I'll put a link and everything. So let's try for more. So the goal, we already passed our goal within how long? 45 minutes of being in our the new stream. So way different than yesterday, huh? Let's see. So we got to give it a little bit of temperature. Man, that pot is fast, isn't it? So, all right, let's go back. So we were at 1.7 volts, so I'm going to keep track of that. So at 52. So I think my issue yesterday was that I didn't have enough volts. I was only using 1.6, so it wasn't actually stable as it could be. So 1.7 seems to be an actual sweet spot, 27.92, and we're about a minus 175. We're going to keep it at the same temps, And we're gonna try 5-3, so hopefully we can actually beat our other score. So I'm just gonna make a note. I wanna make sure that SOC is noted at 1475, and I do not recommend these volts on air. I know a lot of people who see volts and stuff be like, oh, I can run it. No, don't do that. I am not responsible for you breaking your shit. That's just how it goes. All right, we're doing 5-3. Oh. Ever so gently, gotta touch it. Ever. These are where pouring skills get into hand. It sometimes looks easy, but sometimes it's just a straight up pain in the butt. So we ended up going down a score. Sometimes that happens. So that could be an issue. Thanks, Jim, for the win. $10. I appreciate it, brother. So sometimes the score will go down. Let's try to run it again. Maybe we need more voltage. We're going to try up to 1.9. We are going to try to fry this PC. I don't think it will. Oh, I think we actually needed more voltage. I was probably correct. Let's see if it actually boots up and I don't have to heat up, because I really don't want to spend that much gas on it. So, all right, so what's going on here? Nice goals you have. I bet you dream of hitting 5.6 while others dream of hitting some hoo-hoo. You agree? I agree. Jewel rules. You're the one who didn't like my memory clocks or settings. Oh, did I speak too soon? I think we hit the CBB. Damn it. So this is a good, let me just try to reset it real quick. Hopefully we can get past this. Come on, baby, come on. It's already getting soaked already. Ah, the 8D. This is the worst thing to see. Yeah, so this is what I have to do. So this is basically an example of a CBB. A cold boot bug. Now I gotta heat it up to minus 25. I'll keep on hitting reset. See maybe if it's gonna get better. Sometimes it doesn't, but. Let's see, minus 140. Hungry for 2 volt. Yeah, plenty of gas. That's a problem. I actually don't know how much I have. We love you, Slacker. Don't get me wrong. I know, Jules. I'm just messing with you. Alright. I love busting people's balls if you haven't guessed already. Alright. So it's not so bad to actually heat this pot up, to be honest. It doesn't take much to really cool these down. They're not really beefy when it comes to volts. So you say run CB in real time. I will run it in real time when I find the limit. That's usually what I do. So basically, when I find the absolute limit, then I'll set real time and then back it down a little bit. So I'm still thinking about it. Always thinking about it. Let's see. Almost there. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what it is around there. It's funny too. Watch, you guys just see. It will just like magically come back. Look at that. Now it's back. This is the life that we are dealt, that we have to deal with. So, what are we talking about? 2 volts, baby. Gonna make it interesting. Go Slacker. Always making it interesting. So now let's cool it back down again. I usually wait until I go into OS until I really actually go and do it again. So there we go. You gotta love that smoke that comes off, the vapor. I definitely gotta get that GoPro hooked up. So I'm gonna end up replacing this whole camera setup with the scene. That's kind of an afterthought. I wanted to get the other stuff done first before I did anything. The main one was to have the camera, this one. I was using the other one that I had, and it didn't do this camera very well with the green screen. So that's why I have, and if I use it with the system on BIOS, you sometimes won't see the BIOS. So it's important that you guys see the screen in BIOS. Otherwise, why the hell would I be doing this, right? Oh, CB is cold bug. I know you're busting me on that, but hey. Trying to do too many things at once. I'm trying to talk to you guys. I'm trying to play with liquid nitrogen. I'm trying to break some records. All right. When will you get your Boring Company flamethrower? I definitely need a flamethrower. I have an LN2 thrower. I've got plenty of gas. Gotta say, no homo now, Jewel. You got a world record, so it's already a win. This is Mobo is the bomb. If I owned it, it would last a lifetime. I don't know how I kill a lot of motherboards a bunch, so. Let's see. 175. Yep, I think we're going to go. What did we do last time? 1.7. We're going to jump to 175. But we got to get the temperature on the pot down first. So, let's set some, because we got to set voltages already. So, we're going to go into the command center. We're going to set 155 for now. I'm just going to do 5. Actually, the temps aren't there yet. We're only at 100. I'm just going to set 5 gig. We're going to set this to 1475. And I think that should be good for now. So let's do that and do some R15 runs. 6 gig, 2.5. You wish. I doubt that would ever happen. You never know, maybe one day, but sure as hell not on these chips. So, oh, what happened there? Come on, baby, boot. I think I set too much. 5 gig I think needs maybe, what is it? Oh yeah, 5 gig actually needs a lot colder than that. So that was my bad. It happens. Chicken volting. Actually, I don't think we're really chicken volting. Yesterday I was technically chicken volting. This time I wouldn't say that. Let's see. Almost at an LM2 and I'm going to have to refill. Did we boot up yet? Okay, we're almost again. So I should have waited to minus 130 to do that, but hey, what are you going to do? I will be showing this video to people I know that are afraid of even touching the inside of a rig for fear of killing something, especially the segment where you're heating the pot with a torch. I know, right? It's so gangster. People look at me when I'm doing this on the computer and they're like, what? Yeah, it's fun stuff. Oh man, yeah, we got to get some on too, so I'm going to have to do that in 2 seconds. Let's get the pot a little bit colder. We'll actually set it up to 4.8 this time. We went a little bit too ballsy with it. We didn't have the right temperature to set it, so we'll do, actually we can go away at 1.5. We'll do 1.475. And we're going to set, run it a couple times, make sure everything's stable. Beast mode coming. Yep, it was too hot. So basically what happened was the temperature wasn't enough for me to run 5 gig. So that will happen. That's why I keep notes. I should have looked at my notes before. So my notes said that the last time I ran 5 gig was at minus 135. So I apparently screwed up. Thug Life. I know. Could you see the glasses going on right now? Huh? 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 That way you can make some memes of me. I don't mind. Alright, so we're about minus 140, but we got to get some LN2. So let's get the LN2 flowing. So let's move this over here. Alright. Whoop. No, we don't want to waste too much LN2, so I'm doing it nice and slowly. Usually if you see me over at Steve's, I'm going a little crazy, but we should be doing a stream over at Steve's sometime soon. We're both very busy, so we're trying to coordinate something so that way we can actually do an awesome live stream together. Get Captain Overclock back. Alright. See, it's nice when we're using LN2 and actually getting somewhere. Yesterday it was kind of pissing me off. But I also didn't eat, so now I ate. So now we can just go and overclock as much as possible. If you're new and just joining, we've already hit 5275 and beat my old record. So we're going to try to see if I can beat my record again by going north to 5.3. 5.3 should beat, if we run 5.3 again, we should probably beat what I did yesterday. So let's hope we do. When I finish this. Oh, there we go. organize this a little bit and get back to work. So we're at minus 150. We got to get down to minus 170. Let's see. All right, what are we at here? Disable SMT. All right. We're running right now. Leave it alone. All right, so let me run again. What are we talking about? Keep temperature. Happy Stepanzi is not hangry. Tastes like water. Tastes like chicken, right? All right, let's get that temperature a little bit colder. 2490. So let's go to 5 gig. We should be able to do 5 gig now, no problem. Actually, let's do 1.7. Let's go to 5.2 because we're pretty much close to there now. So I want to go back to that spot where we're getting close. So minus 160. Gonna kick off a couple. Getting close again. You don't always want to go right for the top. Kind of break her in a little bit. Alright, so there we go. We're going to kick that off. We're at 5.2. About a minus 170 degrees Celsius. And hear that pot. I love that sound. That sizzle. Alright, so 2729. I think that was close to basically what we had before. Let me see, I'm trying to compare. It's still better than what I had yesterday. So let's do this. Go to 52.25. We'll do it again. So 52.25. That pot is sizzling like crazy. Ready? Alright. What do we got here? How much did that doer cost you? The 30 liter, I actually have 3 of these. I actually sold one to my buddy Jay because I just don't use them that much anymore. I think I paid for like $250 on eBay. If you want to get doers and stuff, you can basically just go to eBay. Just be careful what you get in it though, because it's kind of awkward. Alright, 27.53. That's actually a pretty good score. So let's go to 52.50 since we're getting close. 1.7, we'll do it again. Oh, let's pump it. And I'll pop it a little bit. Oh, that pot is so healthy right now. I love that noise. That's how you know you have a good pot. Sometimes you'll notice as the stream goes, and when we start getting into like a little bit later, ooh, that might be much. I'm gonna kick it off again because I don't want to hit cold bug. There we go. It's not a record score, so I'll let it go a little bit. $27.47. So let's go to 52.75. So this is where we beat my other record before. Hey man, just saying hello. What's going on, Wizzy? Says, and from the GN family in Discord, known as the old man in Discord. I know, I gotta set up my own Discord. Alright, so let's go get it again. So I'm going to close this. It's usually more efficient with the close. So I want to make sure I get all the efficiency possible. So let's see. Let's see if we can break our score again. We're getting there. Not yet. 27.56. I'm actually liking using this cord. Oh, come on. I'm having a weird issue. I'm wondering what that could be. I wonder if it's DG. So we're having a little bit of issues there, Cole. Luckily, I think it's booting, so which is golden. But I think maybe we should raise the DG voltage a little bit. That could, or the VDG voltage. That's usually an issue. Oh, let's see. Didn't realize. What if you did use Bella Dolphin's bathwater instead of liquid nitrogen? Man, you guys are crazy. When you get a Discord set up, join the Overclock Discord as well. Also, hit me up if you need an editor. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, brother. I'm late, but here, Slacker. What's going on, man? You are slacking. Yes, we probably need more voltage, so let's try it a little bit. Well, we did 1.7 before on there, but maybe it's a little just shaky there. So let's bump up the voltages more. So we're gonna let's do 1.75. We'll go for the glory. So do 1.475. I also want to add just a little bit to, let's go add a little bit to this voltage, just 1.2. We'll do 1.2 on all of them. What we're going to do, 52.75. So we're going to go right to what we were mentioned before. So it's at 52.75. Let's run R15. We're just going to do the first run. A lot of the times the first run, if you move it over to the side, is really actually quite good. You'd be surprised, sometimes it beats real time too. So let's go. Let me get my left-hand associate. Let's go. I'm going to go around minus 175. Uh-oh, we're having a little bit of USB issues. Come on, baby. Come on. We're getting some USB issues. The system must be getting cold. 2780. Almost there. You bricked the BIOS. Oh. You pretty much saw me brick a BIOS yesterday. That happens. So we are so close. So 2780 and 20. We just got 2792. Let's just do one more run because I'm in that type of mood. And then we'll try to just go and bump it up to 5.3. Sometimes you're just a matter of running it again will get much quicker. I'm having a look at that USB issues. 2753. So I'm gonna jump up the clock. We're not getting there right now, so let's do 53. Even 53.25 will gain us some good stuff. So what are we going on? Depending on what test you need the multi-core workloads, 38 should easily beat. Come on, dude. 3800 will easily beat 9900K. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe on stock, but if you overclock both of them, I think the 9900K still gives you a little bit more than the 3800X. The 3800X is impressive, but I don't think it's that impressive where it tears up the 9900K. I think the real star of the show is pretty much the 3900X, that 12 core. Now that against the 9900K, I still think the 9900K beats it in a certain aspect, but you can't beat more cores when it comes down to, it really depends on what you're doing. For editing, stuff like that, and we failed. I don't know, maybe this is the wall for this, because it's not doing anything. Okay, close, 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 close. Close window. Let's try Task Manager. Doesn't look too healthy right now. So made me appreciate the motherboard more. So let's go. Let's try again to run 5.3. Looks like something is having a little bit of an issue. So let's see if we can push a little bit more. All right, kick it off. 5.3 was always like this when I even ran it yesterday. So I'm not sure how stable it is even with the 1.7.5. I know the voltage scale is pretty much decimated at this point. So 2758. Let's run it again. $27.92. Did that beat us? I know at 90. Oh, it was a tie. So basically, let's try running it again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. How much LNG do you normally go through? Depends on how much head banging I do. Like yesterday, just messing around. 27.79. I know if we go up one divider, or that little gear ratio thing, the 25 megahertz, I think that might actually do it. The USB issue is a little concerning. 2787. So we're getting close to the record. So sometimes there's, I call them like a delta clock. Sometimes at certain ratios it just does not work, or you don't get the performance out of a bench sometimes. So what we're going to do is that we're at 175. We're going to try to kick it off again. Hopefully it doesn't shut down based upon voltage. We're at minus 186, so it looks like I was able to extend the cold a little bit with the higher voltage. So we're at about minus 185, so maybe we can go a little bit colder. I don't want to try to find right now. I want to make sure this runs first. 2793, so we actually beat what we did before. We needed a lot more, so I guarantee you pretty much I can run this again and we're going to end up beating it again. So, oh, who's brought out the porn stuff? You got to kind of chill with that, because you know that that stuff is going to pop up real quick. All right, why do you hide the render? I hide the render. It's kind of a tip and trick to get a higher score. All right, so we got 5325. Yeah, I know, I almost ended 5,000. Wouldn't that be something, huh? It looks like we're able to bench at 186 too now. I don't know if that's due to the higher voltage I set, but that wasn't the way I was able to do yesterday. So that's pretty awesome that I can go colder. So we again beat my existing record on the 3700X. So let's go and make sure we do a screenshot. Remember, we're going to do a validation based upon the timers. So that's to make sure that we actually have a valid score. So 119, 119, so that's good. So we're going to take a screenshot, and we have a valid score. Make sure I'll open it up. Yep, so that's a new record. So let's go and basically, let's do it again. So I'm going to hide the render again. Basically go through. Actually, I want to just do a run on it again, so we'll see. Go back to 185. We might actually be go colder now, which is actually good. Because usually when you go colder, you can clock higher. So, which is awesome. Alright, so we're about 185. I just want to be careful going too cold, because if I go too cold, you know what happens is then I got to heat up to minus 25 again, which is not cool, you know? Alright, so what do we got here? Damn it with the lull. Oh! Look at that, 2812 just by rerunning it. How much of an improvement? So we were about, what is that, 20 points more. So we broke it again. No, we're actually at 192, so I think I'm actually going to go technically all pot. I hide it because, oh, damn it. No! Our record is not valid because we basically rebooted. I'm hoping it's because of voltage. Come on, boot up, baby. Boot up! We hit cold bug. So you know what that means, right? Now I gotta heat up the pot, which is a bunch of bleh. So let's say we gotta torch this puppy again. Oh, what a pain in the butt, huh? Let's go over to new view. What a pain in the butt. Actually, we'll go over to Logitech. Try to organize this a little better. Just bear with me. We're going to take this and we're at minus 133. Yeah, that minus 190, but we just can't get there. Maybe if I set the SoC voltage to 1.15. It's valid to me. Well, technically it has to be valid. You can't just see it, you know? Minus 90. Says, as in what is going on? Basically, the minus 25 is basically a CBB. For some reason, I cannot boot higher or colder than minus 125. I tried a bunch of different voltages, nothing, no matter what, works. So, yeah, I think minus 185. I want to see if I can get colder, though. If I can get colder, that means I might be able to push to 5.4 and go higher, so. I recorded and streamed, so it should be valid. Alright, so at minus 25, watch this. And then it comes back. Can you guys see the well, you guys can't really see the postcode too well. Yep, we're back. So, time to pull down and cold again. So, look at that. We got 420 concurrent users right now. Too bad it's past 420. Anyways, just saying. All right, let's switch back. We're going to go back to the other view. What was the other view, though? I kind of like that one better. No. Yeah, that view. All right. So let's get the voltages ready when we got to pull down. I'm just going to set this to 48. Remember, we got to have the temperatures right before we do anything. So we'll set that. Now, what the problem with the minus 25 thing is when we keep on doing that minus 25, the pot's going to actually get worse and worse, and it's going to be harder and harder to handle. So what I'm thinking is that maybe if we set up this NOC voltage a little bit, we'll be able to get it a little bit colder. I have seen it on the old 2700X when I added more voltage there, and it would actually let me go colder. So if you saw, no, the low temperature booting jumper is actually pointless for this platform. I don't even know why it's there, and if I had to do that every time I boot, I would probably kill somebody. Just saying. But anyways, there we go. Actually, I gotta remember, I took that jumper off my Apex. Oh, there it is. So I don't want to lose that jumper for later, so I want to make sure I save that. So, yes, 420, praise it. Pulling temps down again. I'm gonna see how much LN2 we went through. Oh, I still got 2 canisters filled. So, and then what's in this one, which is very little. So, we could probably get another 2 runs in. Oh, Bo, 20 bucks. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for supporting the stream. Bo, if you can, put up your group in Facebook. He has a group on Facebook that is a pretty good AMD Ryzen enthusiast group. I highly recommend it on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, to check it out. So, I can't remember if it's the Ryzen Master Enthusiast or I always mess him up because I'm part of 2 groups and I think he actually owns both of them. So. All right, so what are we going on here from Austria? What does it say? That would be a good show. Stepanzi killing someone over a jumper. For real. I'm going to bed. 0048. Say hi to Steve Burke. All right, Steve. Check you later, broski. You should keep DGG about 40 less than SoC according to the stilt. I haven't noticed any difference, so I don't see why I would need to do that. I'm curious why. If you can send me that info. Or post that info from when the stilt says that, because I didn't see anything that actually required it. So maybe that's I can gain from that, maybe not. I'm at 1.15, so I think we're kind of close. All right, I'm going to bed. Cookie in the house. Where's Cookie? Do I get a cookie? Free cookie? I'm kind of hungry, even though I didn't have dessert. So let's see. So we're at minus 120. Okay, that one's done. Let's fill this one up again. Remember, we can't set 5 gigahertz until we go to minus 130, which will pretty much be there, but let's get it set up. Joseph Geisner, thanks for all the streams, man, love it. Rip GN, 10 bucks, Joseph Geisner. What's going on, broski? Appreciate it. Glad you liked the stream. I know it took us a little while to get here, going through all the other streams, but that's how it happens sometimes. Overclocking is just not about setting voltages, and it's not as easy as everybody makes it out to be. So we're going to set 1.485. I want to see maybe if this is going to help with cold. So we're at 5 gig, 165. Actually, we could probably go to 1.7 because we're going to go there all the way. So, yeah, I want to join it too. Can you post that AMD Ryzen group link? Bo, when you get on there, can you please put the link to Facebook on here? I'll try to post it in the, I mean, if I wasn't busy, I'd put it up, but I'll keep reminding him. Or you guys can keep reminding him too, so. All right, let me set these base voltages. So we're at 5, 170. Let's make sure. Oh, I want to rip Jay and I want to rip Steve. I want to rip all of them. So let's just see, make sure the setup's running good. Put some more LN2 in. Notice the pot's much slower than it was before. That's why, because we're actually getting water in the pot. Joe, you're doing good. This is a good way to get lots of followers. People love it. Hey, I try. I'm just being myself, right? So that's the whole point. I'm just glad you guys like it. To be honest, it's kind of fun to actually do this in front of everybody. I usually do it by myself all the time. If you want to buy LN2 pots, you can either go to Case King in Europe. You have Roman DeBauer. He makes a bunch of pots. Or you can go to kingpincooling.com. My buddy Vince, you know him as the EVGA Kingpin. So I highly recommend that. The pot that I'm using right now is the Kingpin Cooling T-Rex. It's one of my favorite pots. I use it all the time. I have an engineering sample, so it's a little bit different. But anyways, so let's go. Yeah, we probably should set 175. Why don't we go all the way up? Actually, let me get a little bit colder. We'll do, you know what? Let's go for 1.8. I'm feeling kind of nerdy. We got to do 1.8, right? And then we'll do 5.3. We'll start at a 5.3 this time. Let me just get it a little bit colder. I'm just trying. I just don't want to hit that cold bug. That's the problem. You have the links blocked for some reason. Just go to Facebook and search AMD Ryzen Enthusiast Group. Check it out. There's a bunch of Ryzen stuff that goes on. And try to be good on the other stuff. We are a full performance group. We like Intel, we like AMD. I don't really hate, but I just love the bench. So I love the show performance. Oh, we're getting there. You hear that pot? Oh, I love it. Yes, I actually had to bend the rod for the AM4. I actually turned the pot sideways and then put it in that way. But you got to be careful when you're hammering it down. So, what did you miss? I broke my previous record. I think it's actually the 3700 LN2 R15 record. We beat it. Actually, we beat it, and again, I beat my score from yesterday, and then we beat it again, and then I had a cold bug issue. So that score was actually not valid. And so we're running at about, right now I'm running at 5.3 at 1.8 volts. It seems like volts are actually helping us. So we are getting there. I'm just getting the temps. I had to reboot. I'm hoping I can just go full pot, and then I don't have to worry about this. So I'm going to try to get it cold again. Neil McDayton, computer enthusiast, say hi. Keep going, slacker. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate it, brother. Let's see. What are we going on here? Cold bug was minus 20 yesterday. I know. That's why I had to get all my voltages set. All right, we're getting colder. Getting colder. What do you say? Where's the VIA love? I love VIA too, if you want to get technical, but they're not a company anymore. Technically, didn't VIA get bought out by somebody? Or was it NVIDIA? Or did they just go out of business? I can't even remember anymore. I'm getting too old for this. Not really. I'm really not that old anyway. Alright, now we're at full pot. So now I don't have to pour. So that's the cool thing about full pot. But I'm just hoping, it looks like we're able to actually run these voltages and have full pot. So I think this high core voltage and this high SoC voltage is pretty good. Oh, good, you joined the Ryzen group. Also, computer enthusiasts on Facebook. My buddy Neil McDinton, he just put up something, so that's a good group to go on too. Nickname. I don't see a group that you put up. Maybe it's blocked. So, sorry, broski. Let's see. Let's do a run at 5.3. So let's just go right for a run. Run 5.3. We have full pot, so I really don't have to manage it right now. I'm just hoping that we don't have issues when if it fails and we have to reboot. If you notice, it's at minus 190 degrees right now. So it looks like we kind of found a good cold combination. So maybe this will actually help. Oh, we actually tied the score from my score yesterday. Great work, Slacker. I'm new to overclocking. The only thing I have ever overclocked is my bank account. Well, you're going to overclock your bank account doing overclocking for sure. I was a member of C since day one when it split off. Yeah, I guess there was drama over there, but it's glad to see it's going good again. Romnus, have a package temp bounce on idle. Suspect that because the offset on the components in the die. Do you know what happens? I have no idea. 2785. We got lower. Let me actually splash this a little bit. As long as we don't fail, because then I gotta dump all that liquid nitrogen out and waste it. Yeah, I know. 2812 was at. Someone needs to start keeping track of the links so that way we can post like when I break records and stuff. So while we're doing this video, someone take a description and then at the end kind of maybe send me, we'll talk offline or something and get the description for me. That'd be awesome. So that way I can put the description and people can go and sort through where they want to go. Because these streams get a little bit crazy and go a little bit insane. Let's see, what does it say? LN2 overclocking causes money to disappear out of the bank, isn't that for sure? 4275 was the last BIOS update. I couldn't get it in RAM stable at 3200. With that, I had to bump down to 41.2. Yeah, that's a bummer. Had a Cyrix. Oh, Cyrix too. I totally forgot about Cyrix. Ah, 2792 again. You know what that means? We need to go back up to 25. So we're gonna go put in 5325. This should. Not 5,325. I don't know. That would actually probably blow up and my whole place would totally melt down and not really. But it was fun to think about. All right, so let's come on. 5325. I want that record back. I wanted 2800. I was fighting for 2800 so bad. We're getting there. You can hear that liquid nitrogen bubbling. 2788. Let me actually put some more LN2 before we do that. I have a feeling the next run is going to be it. 2812 was the record. Yeah, but it's not official. You have to have all the screenshots to be official. So can you drop the system inlay to the lower left corner? Oh, actually, sorry, guys. Yeah, that's a good point. What happened to the other view I had? Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay, BIOS screen. That was the one. Sorry, guys. Ooh, 2804. So 2804, I'll take that as a record. Until we get back our other one. Yeah, sorry, guys. I didn't realize you guys couldn't even see. That was my bad. Ah. Come on, boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up, please. Oh, I think we froze. Nope, 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 come on. No, we're done. Damn it. That 2800 is driving me nuts. So this is the problem. So now that we have full pot, I gotta waste a bunch of LN2. So let me just go over and change this view for you. See all that bubbling LN2? I basically gotta pour that out. So what I'm going to do, is because we got to heat up and do, I'm going to move some stuff around. I'm going to pull the power, and I'm going to dump it out. Oh, actually, let me get this one too. Actually, it's probably better if we do it this way. Now, the reason why I poured that out is because I'll never be able to heat up the pot if I don't. So we gotta put everything back together. You know what I forgot to do is actually I never turned on the heater. So that actually might be one of the reasons why we're having issues. So what I'm going to do is plug in the heater. The setup might actually be getting wet. I get too excited for the streams. So let's turn the heater on. Let's see if we can boot. Probably not. Oh yeah, I gotta put the, where's the other one? There it is. Yeah, because that's probably what's causing the issue, is the setup is pretty bad right now. Let's turn on power. If not, we're just gonna end up having to torch it, which probably gonna have to happen anyway. Yep, torch. Yes, the life of an overclocker. So I think actually one of the reasons why is probably we didn't have the heater on. So the heater, basically what the heater does is it heats the bottom of the motherboard, so it tries to keep it dry. Because, and what happens is, the reason why we want to keep it dry is a lot of the times you have BDI memory, and BDI memory usually doesn't like cold. It evaporates. What temp is the GPU running? The temp's just running normal clocks. Nothing crazy. Yeah, how can the porn bot post links and you guys can't? Nice gamers, Nexus Modmat, you shill. Of course, man, I have mine signed by Steve himself. Do you? Probably. Alright, what's an absolute blunder? Da-da-da. Here's their immune. Minus 55. Gotta go all the way to minus 25. Because the CBB, the cold boot bug, is minus 25. Alright, so now we're at minus 20 and watch it. Now it's gonna boot. Drives me nuts, actually. Okay, let's reboot. Alright, so your Ryzen 3000 chip, does idle temp fluctuate between, where'd you go? Mid-30s and mid-40s? Yes, it's exactly like that. No clue, King Slacker. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, we're talking about the porn stuff, I think. You forgot to plug in the heater. I know, I forgot to plug in the heater. It happens. I was too excited to hang out with you guys. I got a mouse pad signed by you and Steve. Awesome. Signed by Tech Jesus himself. Nice. Well, you don't have mine on there, so you stink. Just kidding. I had a MadMat licked by Steve. That's funny. Yes, nickname. I can see it, but I can't actually see the thing, and I'm not gonna click on anything. You want to tell me what it is? All right, so let's get it cold again. Now, I think that we have the heater. It's probably going to be better at minus... Get a haircut, Slacker, and turn on the heater. No way. Got to have the long hair. Alright, so we're at minus 20. Let's see. 2812 is what we had before, but it blew up. So, yes, I will sign shirts. Just leave it in the notes when you go to beardedhardware.com. You can buy shirts, and when you... If you put in the notes that you want it signed, I'll be happy to sign it with like a silver paint pen. I can't guarantee how long it lasts, but you'll have a signed one by the Slacker himself. So, I just smudged it with some thermal paste. Ooh, that sucks. Oh yeah, if you want to actually clean your mat, I actually use the CRC spray that I put in my links on Amazon. So if you want to support the channel, you can do all the links in the description. You can send friends and family through PayPal to beardedhw@gmail. You can buy shirts at beardedhardware.com. That's my preference. I'm going to have stickers and a bunch of other stuff and goodies on there, so you can always check that out. But yeah, also, so if you see any links there, if you want to buy anything on Amazon, just click on one of my links, and I actually get credit for that too. So that's another way you can help. But CRC will help you get paste off the mat. It works really good. Tried it a bunch of times. So, Tech Jesus could take a note from Gun Jesus and get an awesome poster made. That would be kind of cool. Oh, that post for Overclock. Yeah, I haven't noticed an issue where I actually need. Does he say what reason, why you need to do that, and what are the benefits? Because at this point, I'm running pretty fine. I don't see an issue why I have to change those voltages to make it be like that. I'd like to know the reasoning why he's keeping it. You can shortcut for me instead of me going over there. Have I ever used Conductonaut? Yes, I actually use Conductonaut all the time on my own. And I pretty much do bathe in CRC. I use that stuff for everything. It's like magic. It cleans everything, dude. You can clean keyboards with it. You can clean everything with it. It's so dope. Anyway, 3600 gonna cross 4.5 gigahertz. It does not look like it, dude, unfortunately. Maybe if you turn off a bunch of cores, maybe you'll hit 4.5. I just don't see it in this, in Zen, the newest Zen stuff. What it does make me excited for is that the next generation, because you know they're obviously going to come up with the next generation, and if they're doing pretty well now, so it's going to be pretty cool. So, about to buy one of those t-shirts, broski. Yes, buy t-shirts. I love t-shirts. I wear these t-shirts all the time. I think I wear these t-shirts more than anything. I get a lot of requests when I'm outside. They don't even know about the YouTube channel, and they always ask me. I'm going to have some awesome stickers and also sweatshirts. I always wear sweatshirts. I'm a big sweatshirt fan, but I live in Florida, so when I go up north, I want to have a bunch of sweatshirts. So I'm going to end up putting them on the site too. So just stay tuned, beardedhardware.com. If you sign up for that, then I'll have an email list so I can send you and let you know when new cool things come out anyway. So best way to clean Vaseline off the components. That's one of my biggest problems. Is basically cleaning Vaseline. So I'm actually ordering, in a couple weeks, I'm about to order what's called an ultrasonic cleaner. So every board that I usually do Vaseline or liquid electrical tape. On the big board that I have, the W1375, the C621 gigabyte board, that monster board, I couldn't even fit it in an ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm just going to put liquid electrical tape on it like very carefully. But for all my other boards, like my dark boards and all that, I'm actually going to go through and put Vaseline on them and I'll dip them in the ultrasonic cleaner, and it will clean it like it's brand new, even like graphic cards and all that stuff. It's one of the reasons. So, two main power rails, the CPU, in case of CLD and CLD, they are regulated from SO planes. Because of this, there are a couple rules. I don't know. It looks like I'm always breaking the rules. I've always used Coolab's Liquid Pro for delids. They're good stuff too. I use Conductonaut. I like Thermal Grizzly, so I use that. I usually use their stuff. So dishwasher, yeah, dishwasher is kind of a pain in the ass. It still leaves like a film on it. That's why I don't like it. The ultrasonic cleaner is really good. Vince has an ultrasonic cleaner too. I talk to him about him for all the time, but. I want a t-shirt that says, yes, I forgot to turn on the heater slacker. Hey, the heater's on now. Leave me alone, will you? No, but that's cool. All right, now we got to set some voltages, and I got to get more liquid nitrogen. So let's set some of these voltages. So I'm going to set this to 1.5. This was at 1.2. We're going to go to 4.8. Set that, and I want to see if we can go full pot, because it looked like we could go full pot before. Actually, we have a little bit more than I thought. So we're gonna try to make a full pot again. What are we on? Minus 120. So I'm gonna set minus 1.8 here, because we're already at minus 120. I want to go full pot and see if we can actually go full pot now. That I think what was happening is the system was getting too cold because the heater wasn't on. That's why I was like, why is it failing? But most likely it's because the heater won't go on. Now the system can be a little bit warmer, and then we don't have issues. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the dishwasher. The ultrasonic cleaner literally cleans them like they're brand new. Yeah, it's basically like a jewelry cleaner. It's the same thing you use at dentists and stuff like that. So, would love to see your screen. What do you mean the screen? Oh, the voltages screen. Sorry, I gotta switch that stuff over again. So you can see the voltages and stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this. Actually, I think I had that on the other view. Hold on. I keep on forgetting which view that I set. That one. So that way you can see. So I'm setting all the voltages. Oh, the pouring ones are back. It's so annoying that it comes on it. So anyway, let's go keep on heating up, or cooling off. We're at minus 167. I want to go full pot. How do you get one big enough to fit a motherboard? A lot of money, apparently. I have a buddy that has the 30 liter. They're around 500 bucks. I'm actually having him test it out tomorrow, so I'm gonna basically buy it based upon that. So, yes. All right. So we're at minus 91. Seems like we're doing okay. I better knock on some wood. Let's see. All right. So let's just go to 5.3. Not waste any time. Actually, before I do that, we need to get some more LN2. Need to fill them up. So let's do that. It's funny, these things are basically like Yeti cups, but bigger. You gotta be careful. They're used for, reproducing cows, you know. So you gotta be careful if you're gonna buy one. Hey Adam, doing good, slacker. Going to bed. Watch the rest of the stream when I get up at midnight. Awesome, broski. Thanks for the $5. Much appreciated. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, this. I know I make it look easy, but this thing's pretty heavy. It's pretty good that I can actually curl a lot. So. The funny part is, at my old apartment, I have to take 3 of these up 3 floors all the time. I think that's how I've gotten all my my strength from. All right, so let's get back on this. We are pretty much at full pot. So let's fill it up. Let's move these out of the way. Now I don't have to concentrate too much on pouring. We can get down to the dirty work. Yeah, it's funny. I was in my garage and someone was walking by and they're like, "Are you pouring beer in there?" I was like, "No. Liquid nitrogen." And then their look on their faces in horror like, "Did you say liquid nitrogen?" Everybody thinks it's going to blow up and stuff, but ain't going to do it. Will the chip SoC and CDO vouchers do any good? I don't know. Someone said that they might, but I haven't seen anything, so. Yeah, apartment living does suck. That's why I'm moving. I will be in a house in probably 2 weeks. Never froze my beard. Well, if you ever seen pictures on Instagram and stuff, basically, I've had it, 2794. Was that higher than what we had before? Yes, it actually is, I think. It's not the highest we've had, but that's actually a record on our book. So, every time I do a record, I was going to do screenshots. Poured the beer in the pot and drank the LN2. Well, I have drinking LN2, that's for sure. If you see that on Instagram and Facebook, I've put up posts where I do the bearded dragon, where I pour liquid nitrogen in my mouth and I blow it out. It just goes crazy. Hey Joe, love your work, brother. In your honest opinion, do you think we'll see 6 gigahertz? HW up? No, I don't think we'll see 6 gigahertz, to be honest. No, I don't think I have a cold bug anymore. I think that SoC voltage is pretty good. We're at 192 and it's running like a champ. Usually if the cold bug is at the temperature, basically what's going to happen is the system is just going to completely shut off and you won't be able to do anything. Yeah, I froze my beard on the G-Skill one. I'll have to find it. I totally got copyrighted on all of those G-Skill ones because all the music in the background. I'm working on a way, on the next setup when I move to the new house with the new studio, I'm going to actually have music in the background too. So very faintly, but I'm just going to use speakers and I'm going to try to put music that's covered under any BS, you know. The clock bus speed. The clock bus speed is basically at 100. Alright, so like I said before, when I always do validation, so we want to make sure we actually have valid benchmarks. This was my gripe when we were seeing all the leaks and stuff, and when AMD was doing all their marketing, they had no validation. So they were basically showing us nothing. And I don't like that. I'm all about validating stuff and making sure what stuff is real and what's not. So let's do another 2794 run. Actually, what voltage were we at? We're at 1.8. Okay, 1.8. Let's run it again. See what goes on. Oh, great. Let's take some. AJC at Tyler. Is that Tyler Durden? What did you hit without nitrogen on the 3700X? I hit 4.4, basically. 4.4. The nice thing that happened... I'm going to run it one more time. Basically, the nice thing about running it at 4.4 and on air was basically... what's it called? I was able to run the memory at 3800, and then I was able to run we call it the Infinity Fabric at 1900. Then that was huge performance, which is actually really, really good to have on air and water and not just liquid nitrogen. So it's actually a bonus for, I think, one of the biggest wins of the whole Ryzen platform, to be honest. So yeah, so I was pushing. I know everybody's saying like that 3733 is what AMD recommends, and I really don't care what they say. Basically, it's what I say and what I've proved on this stream. So if you guys want to check out earlier streams, that's where we go over basically how we came to that conclusion. So, all right, we're gonna go for 5325. We better get this record. I want over. I'm kind of pissed that we don't have over the 800 mark. It's kind of kicking my butt. The sound of LN2 and you is all we need. Ooh, thank you. Stop chatting up. Do work. I am doing work. Oh, there we go. 2801. So we finally hit that. Let's make sure. Every time I've said that before, we're always hitting cold bug and we're getting screwed. So I'm not really worried about it at the moment, but that is definitely a record-breaking run right there. Need to clock the infinity equal to the RAM frequency or above it. Yes, you have to actually have it. It's pretty much, if you look right here, I basically do the same. I can't run 1900 because on liquid nitrogen, all of a sudden I start getting weird cold issues. I wouldn't be able to run full pot if I would do it. I have to test again. I might actually do it because I see everything's tied to the SoC voltage so much. So that might, I don't know, I'm going to try, after we do some top clocks here, I might actually take it and see if we can do the Infinity Fabric at maybe 1500 and keep on going up and just go a little bit higher. So let's see what we're doing. Let me just take this screenshot. We want to validate. Remember, I always validate. That's just how it is. I want my stuff to be valid. I don't want to have someone saying that I'm cheating. And look at that. We are winning. All right, so let's jump it up again. I think 5350 is in order. What do you guys think? Let's see. Command shortcut. Looks like the heater's doing good. I agree. That's why I love the heater. This is one of the most revolutionary OC items in a long time, actually. Looks like the USB's freaking out. It's kind of funny. That's why I actually... So, pro tip, too. If you have the... MSI board, this X570 Godlike, the Meg. Basically, what you got to make sure too is that where you have your USB for your mouse will bug out if you don't have it in the middle one. So basically, you have where you put your PS2, and then the next one over is where you want to have the mouse in. So you guys know. Let's close this out. We're gonna run this again. Oh well, for a second I thought we had cold bug, and it was just me slipping on the mouse. Nerve-wracking. Have I changed fabric volts? It doesn't seem, the VDDG, or was it VDG, seems to work for Infinity Fabric, but I haven't had to change them. I have it set to 1.15. I haven't really changed it any more than that, so I haven't really seen a need for it. So, if you guys, basically what I'm going to end up doing too, is basically going to go, I was telling people before, but we obviously have a bunch of new people here. Basically, I'm going to go over and do a full overclocking guide on the MSI board, kind of tell you all my experiences. If you watch all of the streams, you'll actually get all the same information, but I'm going to condense all that information and basically put it into a guide, so that way you guys can basically overclock AMD, and this includes for memory. I'm probably going to go a little bit harder in memory. I'm not going to go too crazy down and tell you how everything works, because there's some things that are just kind of magic. that's kind of what it is, because a lot of times the vendors don't want to tell you exactly what it is. So that's just kind of how it works. So let's go over here. Let me just validate this one, because obviously we keep breaking it, which is awesome. Yeah, there we go. Even if it's just like just a little bit off, sometimes in the app it's not too bad. So I just run it again. This is definitely valid. We're going through. And that was 53.48, so we're getting there. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to bump up the volts. So I'm going to actually put down here. So we did 53. Hold on, let me go in here. Where is that? I want to actually bump up the volts. Captain Planet, what a freaking noob. Such a sleconzy. That's my buddy Jake. He's such a pain in the ass. Alright, so what were we at? We're at 53.50. We are at 1.8 volts. We got a score of 28.05. And we are full pot. So I love to keep this for reference. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually bump up to 1.85. So it looks like voltages is actually helping us quite a bit. Let's make sure all the LN2 is filled. And then we're going to actually try to do a little bit more of a run. Oh, another one. He can't tell you the secrets because he doesn't know them. Oh, thanks, broski. You're so great. Well, here's the thing. It's most of my stuff is going to be based upon the actual Godlike board, but a lot of the information that I'm also going to give you is basically on all the boards. So it's just certain settings might be different, but technically they're the same. Your job will be to go through and try to see what the same thing is on their board. All the boards are pretty much very similar in a lot of ways. So. We're going to go to 53.75. See what we can do on here. We raised it to 1.85 volts. He can't. Yes, it's a $750 board. The thing is again, rude bastards. Oh! I'm hoping we can get a boot back. Please boot, please boot, please boot. Otherwise, I gotta heat it up and pour it out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. So it looks like we didn't hit the cold bug. It looks like we did have maybe a voltage issue. Maybe we had too much voltage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down back to 1.8 when it boots up again. Because it looks like we're going to actually boot, which is great. Or not. Damn it. Come on, boot. Ah, didn't boot. So again, I got to basically kill all the LN2. Otherwise, I won't be able to torch it. So let's kill the power. Remove these. At least the heater worked pretty good. And we're going to pour out the LN2. Rest in peace to all my dead homies. Alright. So, and let's plug it back in again. And we got to heat it up. Back to minus 25 degrees, because that's what the CBB is. It's a pain in the ass, but I can't seem to get any better with this chip for some reason. So, but actually I don't mind too, because sometimes it actually helps the paste, so that way we can figure out what's going on. Yeah, sometimes it helps the paste being so hot. So let's try to, can we boot up? We're going to plug in here. Come on. I think I'm just going to keep it at 1.8. Either way, we've still... Oh, damn it. Either way, luckily there wasn't that much in there. Either way, we still broke the record and went up to 28.04. Oh, it's late in Finland. Good night, brother. Back when I did overclocking, it was bus speed modding with extra voltage for 4.3. Yeah, it's way different now. Take a sugar break. The L2 gods have smiled upon Odin's beard. Thank you, broski. I know all the tricks on there. Definity a noob with LN2. Yes, so I was telling people before I had to bring down the Infinity Fabric and the memory clocks to 1466. I had to do that because of the issues I had with Cold Bug. So I wasn't able to get really cold unless I did that. The thing is now, I didn't know as much about the SoC voltage that I needed the SoC voltages to basically be able to go so cold. So I'm hoping that maybe after this, if I set that to 1500 instead of 1466, because I'll get a huge performance jump by doing that. I might get anywhere from 20 to 30 points higher just by doing that. So we will see. What about the NB SoC voltage? Maybe a little higher? I think 1.5 is pretty good. Alright. Ah, the Q6600. I remember you could mod them by shorting 2 pins together and it would be better than the Q6700. I actually did that. In a laptop, one of those desktop laptops, and basically ended up getting more clocks out of it. It was pretty cool. When you get into Intel beating performance, you get into Intel of, man, you guys are killing me. Dude, watching from California. What's going on, broski? So we're in Florida. We love Florida, but it's rainy as hell right here. I hear B clock above 100 is really unstable on new Ryzen. Well, I don't really like doing B clock on Ryzen because it messes up. You saw how I did the timers with the screens, right? Those timers on those screens, I basically, they make sure that they're not skewed. That way, because a timer bug will actually give you a better score for the worst clocks. So you need to make sure that everything's good with that. But, are we booting up yet? Make sure we boot up. I hope the system isn't set too crazy. I should have plugged in the heater. Yeah, the heater would have helped me out. I can't believe I ended up forgetting about that. I never do that. I'm usually pretty good about it, actually. Alright, we're finally booting up, and now we gotta get it code again. 4:25 p.m. here. Yeah, you guys are three hours behind me, so. Cold bug again. No, I think we had a voltage failure. So, and then it rebooted, and then it kind of hiccuped during the reboot, and then we ended up hitting cold bug. So, or it actually CBB. So, cold boot bug. So, what else we got? I like the board. Do not like the price though. Yeah, the price is a little bit much, but it is a good board. We're obviously showing it's pretty good. Yeah, the RTC bug is what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm validating. I'm validating so that way we're not pushing that that RTC bug. So what's next after for the LN2 Kingpin or some Intel chips? I haven't decided yet. I need to do an OS on my W1375 board. Yeah, I have to do my W1337 or yeah, you know, the big 28 core. I'm waiting for my beard bracket to come in so I can bench that. So I'm kind of waiting on that. I have to bench my Kingpin card, but I'm debating on what board I should bench. Either the EVGA Z390 Dark or the X299 EVGA Dark. So I have those two boards, and I want to actually break some records with them. I don't want to be kind of just playing around. I want to basically take the record. So if you're just coming here, we basically hit 5350, and on the Ryzen 3700X, we broke the record for it. Now we did like 2805, I think. So if we look here, you can basically see on the screen this 2805 is the new record for 3700X, 5348. I think we can actually probably get a little bit more out of it since we're at 1.8. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do real quick? Maybe I'll just keep this. I think we're on mode 2. Never mind. I forgot what I set up. Yeah, what I'm going to end up doing is on the community, in YouTube, you have a community. I'm going to put up a poll of what people want to see me bench. So it's either for X299 or the Z390 Darks. So here's the things. So I have two 9980XEs that I haven't really even tested on liquid nitrogen. So I have those. So, but then I also have a bunch of good 9900Ks. So I have a 5.3 that would do it at 1.3 volt R15 chip. So that's a badass chip. So, I don't know which one to do. I kind of want to do the Z390 Dark. So, I'm going to put up a poll on there, kind of see what you guys want to see. I know it's not AMD, but I'm going to end up taking AMD breaks at some point. And that's going to be until I can get my hands on a 12 core, because that's what I really want to try. I think the 12 core is really a good buy. It's got the 2 chiplet design, which basically gives you more write performance compared to the gimped single ones. So, let's see. Let me start filling this up again. Let's see how much LN2 we got. Yeah, we're going through LN2 pretty quickly. That's okay. That's what it's for. All right. So what else we got here? Z390 way main. All right. That dartboards have. They use the same. Oh, the Oris Gaming 7. Yes, but it's different. Oh, yes, I can make polls on YouTube. If you go into the community, it does that. It's pretty cool. So Baby Dark, do. They're both good boards. I think the Z390 Dark is even a little bit better than the X299 Dark. If you ask my opinion, it's just more mature. What they learned on the X299 board, they basically took and made on the Z390. So I want to do some kind of, originally I was going to do the Apex guy, but I really want to do it on the Z390 because EVGA is a big supporter of overclocking, and we're all about overclocking. So we're going to end up doing rip new tubers, please. So I could rip new tubers, but the thing is I'm waiting for my W3175 bracket to come in before I can bench it on liquid nitrogen. So what I am thinking is if I get either of the darks ready, I can put the kingpin on those darks after I figure out the darks. So I have to get the darks 2D ready, and then what I'll do is I'll work on 3D with the kingpin on either one or both of them. It doesn't matter. And then when I get the bracket in for the W13075, that's when I'll kick all the new tubers butt. But I also need to get another card. So how should I start overclocking in the Infinity Fabric? You could start at 3200, go 3200 divider. That would bring it down to 1600 on the Infinity Fabric, and then just bump up the divider to, like, I forget what 3200 is. I don't remember offhand. It's either 3400 or there's a couple dividers in there. Just keep stepping up that divider until, and also check what IDA. So you have IDA 64, which is a great performance benchmark. What you can do on there is you basically go to Tools, Cache and Memory Benchmark. You right-click Start, and you run the memory test. And every time that you go through the Infinity Fabric, you can see up here the read, the write, the copy, and the latency. And this is how you can tell if your overclocking is actually working and actually what it's doing for memory performance. So this is like a good tip and utility to basically go through. You want an AMD EVGA board. I think one day we might actually see that, but we don't know. I don't know. Could be. I don't see how the company could survive if they don't, because AMD is going to take a lot from Intel, obviously. But I don't know. So what I was talking about before with the 2 chiplet design between the 3700X and the 3900X. See these write speeds, right? These write speeds are capped. You can't go any higher than this. And what's crazy is too, on the 3900X, it's double the speed. And that's because of the 2 chiplet design. So there's only one chiplet on the basically the 3800X and lower chips. So on the 3900 and the 3950X, they'll basically have way better writes, which is good. So if you want to do a bunch of different stuff. Oh yeah, someone put up all the different dividers. So yeah, so rip GN and rip J. I will definitely rip them. I just have to get another card, and I got to get all my systems like stable. And you see how it took him several days to get this Ryzen set up, so that way we can do what we can do now, right? So I have to do the same thing on the other systems. So, but I need a board before I can actually start benching the GPU. So we gotta kind of play it. I could. That's a kind of a question for tomorrow. Like, what do we do for tomorrow? Yes, I saw that, Durden. The latency is blah. I know the latency is that way because we have to drop it for liquid nitrogen. I'd rather have it on the 1900, 3800 memory divider. But we can't have everything, apparently. Yeah, the memory performance on the Intel stuff is just way faster. But what's nice with the Infinity Fabric is that it equals out on a lot of different things. The multi-core benches just really hammer. All right. Firestrike Ultra, Hoff, yeah, it's Superposition, all of those ones. Those are the ones I want to beat. So tomorrow, Thursday, is actually the actual official day where I'm supposed to be doing streams. I wanted to do some special stuff with Ryzen, that's why we do the streams all the time. Probably won't do it every day, but Thursdays are always a guarantee. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to bench tomorrow. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I have an X79 Dark, but we can't really use it because I don't have chips for the X79 Dark. So I hate to break that to you. I have X299 Dark and Z390 Dark, and I have two 9980s to bench. So, which is cool. Don't worry, Intel's Pharos will soon bring their latency crashing down. Oh, come on. I just love computing power. Try 3D Mark Physics. Well, we can actually do 3D11 Physics. I don't have 3D Mark on this OS right now. So, we need the Ultimate Ryzen RAM OC Guide. Well, that's what I plan to give you. And talking about basically everything I've talked to about on the stream, what we've learned on the stream, and all that good stuff. So, let's do this. I'm going to set up, we're going to go back to 1.8 volt now that we're cold again. We're going to go 1.5 here. I'm going to set this to 1.2. And we are going to be ready to rock. And I'm going to set this to 5 gig because we're pretty much at 180. And I'm going to fill up that pot. And I need to get more Allen-2. Yes. So we got to do some more Allen-2 before we get everything going. Basically, I think we can probably go. I'm hoping the board stays dry as much as possible. It was my mistake by not doing the damn heater, which happens every once in a while, but usually I don't do it too many times. Let's see. Right. We'll just fill all 4 of them up. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to put up a poll after the stream, kind of what we're going to bench. Because this is probably going to be the last AMD one. I'm still going to do the video. But I think most of the streams are going to go into some of the newer Intel stuff that I got. But I will definitely be doing, when I get my hands on a 12 core, and then also the 16 core. So I just don't know what's going to go on with the 16 core. Since it's not released to September, it makes it difficult. So even if I get that chip, I can't even talk about it until the actual release date. That's kind of why you see everything popped out on the Ryzen Day last Sunday. So let's put these down, get everything situated, and then I'll take some questions, but also fill up the pot at the same time. All right. All right, so thanks again, Jim, for $2. Where does the horse stuff go in there? Where does the horse stuff? I don't even know what that means. G-Skill. Oh, 3D11 will be, yes, 3D11 will be even better. I still want to get everything finished, though. Nice chair, Slacker. Yes, I'm a big fan of Noble chairs. I know the company pretty well, and to be honest, it's the best chair I've ever had. So I'm totally down with this chairs. All right, so we are at full pot, and we have an issue. I feel how cold it is. Man, those RAM are cold. Come on, boot up, boot up. Come on. Damn it. See, this is the problem that hits sometimes. Is Extreme OC of the new AMD cards already a thing? Yeah, it's dead again. Have you ever tested going to higher mem speed? Is it better on L2? 48? No, it's actually not. The higher Infinity Fabric, I don't know what it is, but after 1900, 3800 on Infinity Fabric, it just falls on its face. So if I have to lower the Infinity Fabric and push mem clocks, it's going to force a lower Infinity Fabric, and it basically, the performance really goes down the tubes. And I've even tried like 4200, 4300, 4400. Yeah, it's cold bugged out. Basically, I gotta dump all the L2 out again. Let's see if we can do it without. There we go. Cold bug. Let's see, can you guys still see that? Let me just put this over. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we basically had to heat up again. I think I really messed this up because we were basically going through, and I think the setup's kind of done ever since the I didn't do the heater. So Kingpin doesn't have a heater, unfortunately. Oh, thanks $20 for 20 euros from Joseph. Appreciate it, brother, and I like the name. Video for Advocate. Press any key to continue. I can't find any key. That's an old computer joke. What we got? Minus 140. So at least we broke our existing record, going from 5.3 to 5.350. I think what did we get? 2805 at 1.8 volts? 20 pounds, okay. I'm so confused on any conversions on anything. When I go to Taiwan and I try to do it, and it's just terrible. The Great British Pounds. Or 20 quids. I never really understood the 20 quids, or the, was it? You have quids, I know pounds, and then isn't there another one? I can't remember. Look at that fire coming off there. Oh, FDM Tech, have a good stream, brother. Have a good night. Get some sleep. I don't know. I think we're kind of losing it right now. I don't know if the setup is really having it, so we might have to close down soon. I don't know. We'll see. Every time I usually say that, it never happens. But anyway. Taiwanese dollars are monopoly money. Isn't that the truth, broski? Let's see. I want to see the top clocks. That's the problem. Maybe we'll upgrade the VDDG up a little bit. Try to get it within more reason. Maybe because we're so high on that, that's why it's causing the issue. Which possibly could be, since the stilt setting. That guy's a pretty much, with AMD, he's pretty much a legend. Ooh. Alright, so let's move that. We'll plug the hard drive in after we set up the VDDG. Oh, it looks like I burned myself a little bit. I do it all the time. I spent 29,500 Taiwanese dollars on the Hobby R6 profile. Oh, 20 shillings. Yeah, that was the other one. The British sterling. Alright, probably hate blue insulation. Your AMD hate the blue insulation. That's pretty funny. It was, to be honest, I was waiting for somebody to actually even mention it. It's pretty funny. So if you look at some of the settings we have, right? So I'm running a 2933 on the memory. I'm really low latencies, or the CAS latencies. The F clock is at 1467. I might actually try to raise those sometime, just not at the moment. So I'm going to do VDDG at 125. I'm going to try that. That's the only change that we're going to make. I'm at minus 13, but I'm going to obviously bring it down cold. But the thing is, I have to get past the boot. So I don't want to get it too cold and where it hangs. Yeah, it looks like it's hanging. So it doesn't look like I can actually set that to that high. I think what I said, 125. I think I could. The most I can set is the 1.2. So let me. No, it's totally hanging. Let me reset the BIOS. All right, so we're gonna go in the BIOS and check some stuff out. Last night it took you 2 hours to shut down. Isn't that the truth? 20 quid, 20 pounds equals 20 pounds. When did you guys just say 20 pounds? Why is it going to be like 20 quid? Or that's what it's always confusing to me, but it's pretty funny. Yes, I figured out the Mobo yesterday. So BIOS actually got corrupted. I think my mount was off on the pot, so I'm not using like a real Ryzen mount. I basically turned the pot sideways, and I'm kind of just messing with it a little bit, right? So I think the pot was a little bit off at first, but so when I switched the pot, or switched the BIOS, it corrupted the BIOS, and then it spent like an hour and a half just trying to mess with it. Bo Sharp, just posted your stream on AMD's Reddit. Keep going. Oh, I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. Just depends on how long this takes. So, okay, we're gonna do Alt F3. I'm trying to figure out if I can set VDG. I think I did 1.25, so I'm gonna try to do 1.2 now. So let's go back in. I just restored my old profile. I think I did. Let's try 1.24. I want to see what I'm able to actually boot with, because I'm not actually able to boot when I set the 125. So I think that VDDG needs to be a little bit higher. Yeah. But it does not like setting it. Looks like the BIOS. So we got to figure that. I think I'm a bad influence on your BIOS. Every time I come to your stream, you get cold boot or no post. That's okay. As long as you're here, I don't mind. I'll deal with it. I'll take care of the setup. You just watch. All right. So what else is going on, guys? Damn, got screwed. Power outage and no signal. FML. Ooh, that always sucks. Yeah, actually, I have... actually, the UPS is not connected to this. It's actually connected to my streaming machine. So, just in case we do lose power. But I probably still lose internet. So, I don't know. Well, no, you guys are so hard with MSI lately. To be honest, this board is actually pretty well done. I actually can't complain about it. The only issue I had yesterday was from a corrupt BIOS, and I've actually heard on multiple different boards that they've had BIOS issues too. I think everybody is getting used to the new Ryzen stuff, that their BIOSes are really big. If you noticed yesterday how long it takes to flash a BIOS, that's probably why, and that's probably just the new technology with AMD. I wouldn't say it's any motherboard's fault, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're still going. We already broke the record several times, so we're basically, I'm just trying to mess with it to see if some stuff helps for stability. So before I couldn't set anything higher. I couldn't set 1.25, 1.24. I'm just going to go down to basically 1.2. I'm hoping I can boot on this, then I can just basically, yep, it looks like we're going to be able to boot. So I'm going to start pouring a little bit on 2 to get it down. Yeah, so we ended up switching VDDG, or VDG, was it VDDG or VDG, to 1.2 from 1.15. I always take notes. Taking notes is the way to do it because you'll always forget later. So that's a little trick that we always do. Oh, wasn't MSI the brand with X99 and exploding MOSFETs? I don't remember actually. And it's miles then a low end. It all depends on what board you buy. This board is actually really nice. So I plan to wait for Silicon Library. But I think he probably meant lottery, at least to see how the bins look. He does a good job too. I like the dude. I talk to him all the time. I know he's getting a bunch of chips in. So if you want a decent chip and you don't want to play the Silicon Lottery, you can go to Silicon Lottery. I always help him out. I always try to advertise for him as much as I can because he actually gives me chips a lot of tough too. Gotta cut it short. Great stream. Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate for the 20 sec. Are you kidding me? The board? I don't think NASA could do better. Josh, my new 3700 killed my SATA M2 SSD because it can no longer handle it on X470. Really? Oh, that's lame. EVGA, please. Never fail. Well, EVGA, I don't know, though. It would be cool to see an EVGA at AMD board, wouldn't it? But, hey, who knows? Let's see. I want a Silicon Library. Right, nerdy girl. That'd be funny. EVGA had issues with Pascal cards exploding. It's not something they can test easily. I think that issue with the Pascal cards was actually because they didn't have cooling in the right spots, I think. That was the major issue. I know they've done a lot to actually go against that, so I wouldn't hold it against it because I think they did a pretty good job of actually fixing all that. Better than most companies have. So how long have we been? We've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is kind of the the shortest one we've ever done so far. I think we did 6 hours, almost 6 hours yesterday. Probably 5 hours the day before, and I think 5 hours the day before that. And then I took a day off, and then I did a bunch of hours before that. And tomorrow, we're definitely doing the Thursday stream. I haven't decided. While this is filling up, we can go over it. Basically, I'm going to be switching over. I'm going to probably just relax with the Ryzen until the 12 core. I'm going to end up going to... I have 2 boards that I want to bench. I'm waiting for the W1 3075 bracket to do anything really with the big board. The 28 core, the massive 28 core from Intel. Yeah, I have the EVGA X299 Dark, which I need to set up for some records. And then I also have the Z390 Dark, which I have to set up for records too, because I could use either one. I could do like Port Royal. I need to set them up basically for my badass Kingpin card that Vince gave to me, who is Mr. Kingpin himself, to bench. So I got to figure out which board I want to use. I'm kind of thinking the Z390 might be the one to do. That way we can start going over memory, getting all the CPU clocks going, everything. So it says the EK kit you got on the 28 core. What about it? Yes, I have an EK kit that's on the 28 core. I got a 4x120 or 480 rad on it. EK pump, and then I have that EK velocity block. It's pretty badass. I have the Gigabyte C621 Aorus Extreme, the massive $2,000 board. It is badass. I'm actually making out of my logo, I have making a bracket for the liquid nitrogen pot. I'm just waiting for it to get fully designed and made. So it should probably be in maybe another week or two. And I'll have that bracket, so then we can do liquid nitrogen on the massive 28 core. And so then we'll end up doing streams on that one too, as we're playing around again, like just clocking the CPU and then going through all the memory settings, because you guys seem to really love going through, checking out a bunch of different things of what I do, and we're gonna check it out. We're gonna do it all. So, and then we'll do videos in between. Yes, it's a bin Kingpin card. And I have the two 9980XEs too. So the chips that I have a really badass 9900K that will do 5.3R15 at 1.3 volts. And then I also have two 9980XEs that I haven't tested on liquid nitrogen. One is basically lapped, so that's I need to test them on liquid nitrogen. So once I test them on liquid nitrogen, I can kind of gauge. So, but I need to run through them on water, make sure memory's set, and then put them on that one too. So that's a lot of things to do. So that's basically I got to do X299, Z390, and then the C621. So, and then we're also going to be lapping chips. I'm going to show you how to lap. I'm even going to delid some of them. So like the big 28 core, the $3,000 28 core, I'm going to end up deliding, and I'm going to lap, and we're going to see the performance differences and stuff. So we're going to go full tech nerd on everything. Alright, so now we're getting cold again. Hopefully we do not have cold bugs again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some. So maybe it's because I'm not getting all the system cold. So let's see. What is that? 192 gets cold. Dude, that's cold, dude. If you stick your head in there, man, you'd be in deep doo-doo. Doo-doo. Deep doo-doo. I don't know if I could do exactly what I just did. Alright, so minus 170. So we're running this. Oh, that pot is going. Alright, if they come out of the badass Zen 2 Threadripper, will you LM2 that? Most likely. I would love to do that, actually. Yeah, the Kingpin cards are they're awesome. Pretty much the nicest card the 2080 Ti that I've seen. They're absolutely beautiful, to be honest. If they came out with, yeah, I would definitely do Zen 2 Threadripper, without a doubt. I wanted to do original TR, but I just got a lot of stuff that's on my plate now. So it's hard to keep on putting things. So I'm thinking I'll do Intel for a little bit, try to get a 12 core, and then I'll do the 12 core. So, alright, Z390. Yeah, I want to do memory on that board, because that's one of the reasons that you guys love seeing that, so that's what I want to do. Lapping and deleting and lapping, aka full Intel users. Come on, CC, you're always killing me, broski. Yes, well, the thing is I actually want to lap this 3700X too, so it's not just Intel. Because I've noticed even on these chips, they're a little wonky. Anytime Damn it. We hit cold bug again. Cold bugs are killing me. I just linked stream on Reddit to PC Master Race. Oh, thanks, broski. We'll see you get new fans. Any new fans are awesome. While we're talking about new fans, you can actually help. Oh, Timmy Joe PC Tech. What's up, broski? Yeah, we're breaking records, but we're booting. Holy shit, we're booting. See, I think it was Timmy Joe PC Tech that just totally helped us right now, because we totally crapped out and now we're good again. I don't know if actually I said everything properly before. Alright, so let's go. I'm going to set up to 1.5. We are going to go 1.2 here. We're going to go 5 gig because we're pretty much full pot right now. It's pretty cool how Timmy Joe came and you basically saved me totally. Says, you look like me and my best friend had a baby together. That's interesting. Very interesting. So, Timmy Joe, did you end up getting your stuff clocked higher? Where did you go? Oh, what's your best OC RAM with this new platform? Well, the best OC RAM I got from the Infinity Fabric, being at 3800 and, the memory at 3800 and 1900 on Infinity Fabric. Anytime you go over the 3800, the performance goes to shit. So what I did is I ended up bringing all the latencies down. So I was running like 12, 11, 11. If you look at one of the streams, I basically kind of killed it over there. That's where I found the best performance. So if you're an AMD user, you really don't need that good of RAM. So it's all hype that people tell you if you need better RAM. You can buy 3600 kits and probably even 3200 kits and probably get the 3800 performance. What's your record for RAM? Well, I don't really have a record for RAM. It's just I'm using IDA for performance, so my reads and my writes are really, really fast. So I don't know, like if I actually posted, I think I did 2360 in R15 on air at 4.4. So I did, yeah, the problem with 4266 on CL17 is that it's worse performance, because what happens is when you go over, for some reason, when you go over 3800 on memory, all the performance goes to crap. No, the hotspot is not 3700 at 33. It's actually 3800. 3800 is actually the sweet spot. Now, if you're going up, as soon as you go even over, just above 3800, what it does is something happens with the Infinity Fabric, and basically all your read and write performance just goes to crap, which is not good. So even if you're doing 4200 CL17, you don't get any performance. So I think Monday, Timmy Joe PC, basically if you go to Monday's stream and you go to maybe I think it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, it's around that area. I'm going to end up doing a video on the whole, everything I've learned through this whole thing and basically go through it. So stay tuned definitely for a video. So, but let's actually go right to this right now. Yeah, it's definitely good to know. I mean, what's really crazy is that on LN2 you can't even overclock the Infinity Fabric that much. That's what sucks. On your chip, some can't hit 1800. See, I don't know if that's true. I think it might actually be a board. So from what I've found is that a lot of people that I know have told me that every chip they have can do 1900. But I don't know if they're all on different boards, so I don't know if it's a board issue or if it's a chip issue. So his download was corrupt. I think my mount was messed up, and basically my BIOS was corrupt no matter what yesterday. Yesterday sucks. Hey, no problem, Timmy Joe. Oh, yeah, I was actually setting up, I need to set up, what's it called? You know how you have recommended shows? We probably should talk about maybe one time, maybe with your PC channel and my PC channel. Maybe you do a recommended thing or something. I don't know. Hit me up sometime. You can message me at beardedhw@gmail.com. Oh, IO die, very code sensitive. It's not just IO die, it's all about the Infinity Fabric. From what I've seen is, so I had to back down to 1466, otherwise I'd get some massive, massive cold bugs. So by me going down to 1466 from 1900, then I could actually finally bench cold, which sucked. So Well, let's actually see if we can get a run here. I've been talking so much, and we're actually at full pot. Yeah, I probably should go to 1.8.5 because we failed on 1.8 earlier, so. We're running 27.65. So the record we have now is 28.05, which was at 53.50. So, but I had some issues, so we're gonna basically go up to 1.85. That's a lot of voltage. Maybe we'll kill it. Maybe the board will blow up. I don't know. I doubt it, but still fun. Am I at LN2 already? No, I got one container. Good. Still going. Did it run? Did it fail? Oh, it's still going. Alright, come on. The IO has the biggest chunk of Infinity Fabric. Oh, that would be happening. Oh, am I only at 53? Yeah, what did we run before? I think 53.50. So after this run, I just want to make sure it's stable. And then we'll run over 50. We'll go, I'm going to go 53.25 first, though. 53.25. Sometimes when you run it a lot, you'll get a little bit like that performance jump in R15 where it'd actually be better. So 53.25. Bump it up again. See if it's running. I want to see more than 5.3. Unfortunately, it's kind of the limit of these chips. Anywhere from 53 up to maybe 54. The problem is that Infinity Fabric. Oh, 27.92. That's what the record from yesterday was. Let's try to run it again. So right now we're at 53.25. We're going to go up to 53.50. Our previous record was at 53.50 and we had the score of 28.05. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump up again. We ran it at 1.85 before, so hopefully this is enough voltage stability to help us get this through. Let's see, 53.50. So we're at 53.50. Now, we could go higher than this, right? But the thing is, I almost hit apply without the. I know I've done that like 100 times. This one actually. I just got my X5 motherboard today. I was using X470 Taichi before I snagged a Gigabyte Aorus Pro Wi-Fi for review. I'm just messing with the max frequency now. Awesome, dude. I hope best of luck on it. I'll try to check out the video. I'm not killing Explorer right now. And no, we're not just gonna do 5.4 because if I have to heat this puppy up again, it's gonna drive me nuts. All right. Jump the wall. So we already broke the 5.3 wall. Let's see if we can go up to the 5.4 wall. We're at 53.50 now. Let's see if we can actually kill it. Oh, that's the biggest one yet. 28.35. Hopefully the screenshot takes it, but that was a massive increase. We basically just beat our old record by 30 points. That was massive. It looks like that VDG is pretty good. No, I'm not doing one core enabled CC. You guys are killing me with that one core. It just takes too long. It just like it's kind of boring for live stream, to be honest. I know you guys are itching to do that. How about this? I promise when basically I get the 3900X, I will basically go and I will do a single core, because what I want to do is when I get the 12 core, I want to do some 32M benching. 32M, if not many people know, it's a huge pi calculation. It's a pi calculation benchmark, and it's like one of the best benchmarks. It's one of the oldest benchmarks. It's pretty awesome. So let's see. So we broke our record by 30 points. Man, we're doing well on this run. And now we're benching full pot. We got everything going. Let me just double check we're gonna go jump it up to 53.75. So maybe we can go. I keep on I did it again, CC. So maybe we can actually just hit 5.4. So let's see. I'm gonna close this out. Like fill it up with LN2 first. Man, we're doing well. I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the board itself it says updating. So I don't know what the hell it's doing. It has USB updating for some reason. I have no idea what the hell is going on there. Anyway, so we're going to try 5375. Jim, thanks for the $2, brother. Why am I reminded of the Chernobyl series? That's actually a great series. I just basically saw that. Watch those. Oh! Come on, puppy. Go, go, go. I don't want to lose my own too. Boot, boot, boot. I think we're going to have to go up to 1.9. Oh, I think we can boot. Come on, come on, come on. Keep booting. I don't want to take all that liquid nitrogen out and dump it. I think we're coming back. Oh my god, I walked away to get a beer and we're breaking records. Oh, it looks like... Oh, yes. Oh, good. I don't have to heat up. I hate when I have to heat up. AMD immigrant jumping clock walls. Nerdy girl going, no. Hey, we came back. That's the important part, right? So, let's set the voltages. 1.5. We're going to go 1.2 here. We're going to go... We'll do 1.875 first. Actually, you know what? We'll go to 1.9. And then I'll do 5375. So 5375. Let's see if we can break our record. And again, I forgot to put the dot. Keep doing it. No, I don't think the USB is actually a problem. I think it's just bugging out, to be honest. So I think we're actually pretty good on that. I think it's actually just a BS error. Sometimes when you do code stuff, it's kind of buggy. I changed so what I did is I changed the VDG, and it basically helped a bunch. So why is CBB? It's actually not CBB, it's CB, cold bug. And that wasn't, to be honest, they're actually kind of on point. I raised a couple voltages to go against that. Here, I'm just going to run this real quick. But the CBB is at minus 25, so I don't know. Oh. No, I think that's an issue with this chip. I think we might have hit the wall. I'm actually going to try 1.8 again. Maybe 1.9 is just too much volts. Because it's definitely a soft lockup. So this is basically, it's just a reset, right? So sometimes that will happen, but when you have a hard reset, that's when a CBB will kick in, and that's when I have to basically heat it up to minus 25. So I think I'm gonna go. Did I set 1.9 there, or did I set 1.875? I can't remember now. I haven't. I don't have anything keeping track of the power draw, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Let's go set the voltages again. Says there is no wall, only not enough voltage. That's what we think. So we're going to do 1.8 again, 1.5, then 1.2. And I'm going to basically go right to 5 gig. I want to do one run at 5 gig. I want to see if to make sure that the system's stable. It also could be that the paste underneath the pot has gone to shit. So basically meaning where the paste gets frozen and you don't have a good enough contact. So we might have to go and... Actually, we can just do this here. We're not worried about the score. So I want to make sure that it's actually... The paste underneath is actually good. Sometimes that will happen and it will just cause a bunch of issues. So, well, I have to get some good runs in first. So I might just start at 5350 at 1.8 just to see what it does. Run it a couple times. Get that paste a little hot. See what it does. And then go from there. So actually, we'll do 5.3. Well, let's do 5.325. And then we'll inch it up again. Sometimes, a lot of times, computers don't like going in. So let's do this. I'll do 1.825. We'll meet in the middle, okay? All right. So let's go there. Now, if this doesn't run, we know there's an issue. And if it fails again, I might have to kill it because it's actually better if you're running for long periods of time. Yeah, you might kill your system. So we have to kind of be careful at something. Let's get them to 400 views. Oh, 2780 is not so bad. We'll run it again. It looks like it's running stable. I moved the window off the screen because it's supposed to give you a little bit, like it's like a little tweak that gives you a little bit more score. So 2794. So I think our record's what? 2832? Something like that? I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. When we hit 400, then we have issues. It's kind of funny. Yeah, we need another brick in the wall, right? To break down the wall. Alright, so let's jump it up again. So it looks like it's running pretty stable. So we're at 5325. We're going to go 5350. And I keep on forgetting that dot. We're going to go 5350. It's set. And we're going to run. Yeah, I have copyright strikes. It's kind of funny, is the one that I did from Computex, I knew because of the music in the background that it was going to hit. So, yeah, 2835 is our record. Just saw a comment about this overclock and didn't think it was happening live. Oh, thanks, Zeta. Yes, we do it live here at Bearded Hardware. If you love to support the channel, go to beardedhardware.com and get the cool-ass shirts, right? Oh, that is a failure. You read a comment on JZ 2 cents? What comments did you read on JZ 2 cents? Checking me out right now, running the Ryzen stuff? Let's see if that runs again. I really think the issue is pretty much wet at this point. So, but I'm glad you guys got to come here. Yeah, so if for new people that are coming here, we basically have just broke the record for the RX 3700, so the highest 3700X. We were benching at 5350, so 5.35 gigahertz, or no, sorry, yeah, 5.35 gigahertz, and our score was 2835. Coming from Jay-Z's. So what's going on over at Jay-Z's? Is he doing like a video or is he doing live? Oh, man. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the setup is done. Of course you guys come over. I thought Jay-Z was on vacation anyway. I thought he was going out and sitting in margaritas right now. I could have sworn the last video I saw. Oh, yeah, I think our setup is kind of done, broskies. Kind of difficult. There's not much I can do with this. I basically got to dry up and heat it up, but what I think I'm going to try now, actually before I do that, I think I'm going to try to basically up the, no, right now I think the setup is kind of like that. So basically what happens is we've been benching for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I've been heating up and cooling down, heating up and cooling down, and heating up and cooling down. And what that does is that creates a lot of condensation on it, right? Yeah. Oh, what I'll do now, though, is let's try. One of the issues I had was with the Infinity, the IF, the Infinity Fabric, right? So I had to lower it. I want to try to raise it now and see if I can get my 2.2 voltages are crazy. So right now what I got to do is I actually got to heat up. We have to torch it. So let me go over here. We're going to go over the Logitech camera so you can see. We're going to torch the hell out of this. What we got to do is it will not boot. So we have a thing called a code boot bug, or CBB. What happens is see, we're at minus 192 degrees Celsius. I cannot get the system to boot. So basically I have to heat it up all the way to minus 25. So it's killer. More streamings you do, more comfortable we see you. Sorry about my English. Oh, thanks, Didi. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, the more and more I do this, probably the better and better it's gonna get, to be honest. If you play with your F-Clock too much, you'll go blind and make Jesus cry. We don't want Jesus to cry. Alright. It's Dunsky Joe. It is Dunsky right now. What was that? So what's the secret sauce? The secret sauce is the Infinity Fabric. If you want good box on air, bump the Infinity Fabric up to 1900, which is always half of the RAM clock. So what I've found is the sweet spot is 3800 on the memory and 1900 on the fabric. And then if you just push your timings down, that's where you basically get a shit ton of performance. It's kind of crazy, actually. I post stuff on Twitter, Facebook, just on some of the scores I've done. I haven't seen anybody have higher scores on air or water or on liquid nitrogen for a 37X, 100X. So there could be ones out there, I don't know, but just saying. No, the side of the pod is actually all aluminum, actually. So that's why it's not melting. How am I liking the bag? It's actually a pretty good board. Once you get through some of the quirks, depends on the BIOS you use. I've heard a lot of issues with all of the boards, basically, having some BIOS issues. And I think that's more on the AMD side, because it is a new product. So it's not like I mean, it is totally new. It's the 7 nanometer stuff, so I don't know. Man, I can't thank you enough for the info. No problem, Timmy Joe. Just make sure you tell him that I sent you, or I told you. You see what I'm talking about already, right? It's quite crazy, man. Uh-oh. We might have to kill it for the day. Do you hear how my pot is not going now? Ugh. I ran out of gas. Shit. The future OC video. Well, we're booting right now. Well, we're actually heating up right now. What happens when you cool it down to absolute zero? Not many chips will actually do absolute zero. So, and we have a problem, guys. Damn it. I think we're gonna actually have to kill it now. And the reason why is, well, there's actually two reasons. If you look on there, it says 0, 0. You know what that means, right? So when it's on 0, 0, basically we have a shit ton of condensation on all over the board. Yeah, worse memory bandwidth, but higher Cinebench scores. Are you sure about the bandwidth? You should look at the bandwidth more closely if you're running IDA 64. The thing is, with the 3800 and lower, the write caches are gimped because of the chiplet design. Oh man, I'm out of gas, and basically the setup is totally screwed. So look, guys, it looks like we're gonna have to kill the overclocking, but we can still talk and BS for a little while. Yeah, the heat gun's not gonna help too much, because the thing is I have to heat up the system too. So the other reason why, so it's doing 0, 0. So what happens is, I'm in Florida, right? So I'm in the Tampa area. Go Rays. Basically what happens is we have a really, really high humidity, and it's actually raining outside. So what that does is that creates more condensation. So when I get too much condensation on the board, I end up having really weird issues. So you got to kind of be careful, and I don't want to kill all the stuff, because I want to keep on doing a bunch of stuff for you guys on the stream. And this is kind of me teaching you how to bench too. So when the system starts to go crazy and stuff, you kind of want to kill it. So that's basically what we're doing there. So we're gonna let that heat up. We'll talk for a little bit. So what did we accomplish? So I think we broke the record that I set yesterday, but we did it live. We have the record for 3700X. We were at 5350. We were at 1.8 volts. The score was 2805 on Cinebench R15. Now, I'm also going to basically put that up. Went down to 36, but I made my score go up. Where'd you go? Went down to 36. What did the 36 mean? Alright, so I'd love to see some gaming benchmarks at 4.4 with MEM at 3819 and your crazy ass timings. I'll have to share what the timings are. I'll put it up on my... so if you don't know, on YouTube, you have a little community section where I can post up pictures. I'm going to actually do two things today. So I'm probably going to be a little bit done with Ryzen just for a tiny bit. I'm waiting for a 12 core to come in. So I'm going to put a poll on what I'm going to bench next. The possibilities are Z390 Dark with Golden 9900K. I have two, and then we also have X299 Dark, and I have two 9980XEs to bench on, and all of this is going to be on liquid nitrogen. So I need to set up those two systems to bench for world records, because I have a 2080 Ti Kingpin edition that was actually given to me by Kingpin himself that he personally binned. So I have to go through and basically get all my motherboard setups before I actually start doing GPU records. So I also have the W13175, but I'm actually making a bracket for the board, so that way it's actually cool. I'm actually, because no one makes a bracket for the T-Rex liquid nitrogen pot that I have, so I'm actually making mine, and it's on my beard logo. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna put a poll up so you check it out. Do I ever run SuperPi? Yes, if I do the Z390 Dark, I would actually do SuperPi. So I would have done SuperPi on the AMD stuff, but one of the problems with the AMD stuff is the chiplet design. So I really want a 3900X. The 12 core has 2 chiplets, and the write performance is huge. So I want to do basically do that. So I got to go check and. But I have to wait for the 3900X before I do 32M, because I actually want to do some liquid nitrogen 32M and try to break the world record for AMD 32M. 32M is SuperPi 32M is one of the oldest benchmarks that people use for computers today, and it's still one of the holy grails of stuff that us overclockers that we always strive to do. So, and I really want to do that on AMD. So the reason why I didn't do it for the 3800 is because the writes are so capped. But yeah, so, but if we do Z390, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a poll up there. Here, I'll even put the poll up right now. So that way you guys can see what's going on. Because what I want to do is I kind of want to go through and see what we bench, because tomorrow is when I'm going to do it. So tomorrow I'll basically take this setup and we'll do a stream, and we'll basically go through and try to figure out what we're going to do. So I'm going to go, if you're a subscriber to my channel, so we're going to do a poll. Let's see, ask the community. Bench Z or EVGA Z390 Dark. We're gonna do another option. Bench EVGA X299 Dark with 2 9980 XE, and then actually with the dark one with golden 9900K. All right. For Thursdays, actually, if I knew how to spell right, Thursdays weekly stream. What you guys want to see? Vote will show. All right, so I'm putting that up there. I'm also gonna put, so I told you before, so kind of what I did on air, some of the scores. So if you guys want scores to beat, let me just try to find those scores. So the best air score or water score that I did, actually I can't remember where I put that. I gotta have to find it, to be honest. Actually, I think I have it on here. So that way you guys have all the info. I'll put that on there so that way you guys have it. Where's the live thing? Oh, hardware numbers, 2:21 a.m. Have a good night, bro. Tullius Tech, what's up, broski? How's it going? There we go. Just putting up some scores. Tullius, did you see? I got the 3700X up to, what was it? 5350. So let's see, let's go. I just wanted to show you guys. So, and Timmy Joe, you can check this out. I'm putting it up. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's 2353. So let me just copy this here. Oh, actually, I already had it there. So what I'm gonna do is basically put this up for you. So far, best R15 on air or AIO. So I'm going to select the file. That way you guys have point of references to kind of, if you want to try to beat me too, I don't mind. It's always fun to have a little competition. Yeah, so if you look in the community, Timmy Joe, that's where I put it up there so you can see some of the clocks that I did and the score and also some of the IDAs on there. So, all right. So what's going on, guys? Maybe some Dragon Breath will get it to minus 25 in seconds. Well, the problem is the setup is pretty much got a ton of humidity issues, so we're kind of screwed on that. Here, let me switch over the views. Where's the GH? Yes. So we basically did some awesome stuff today. We basically were able to beat the 3700X record for R15. We were at 5350. I ran 5300 yesterday. I had some issues. Yesterday, if you look at the stream from yesterday, it was kind of exhausting because I ended up having a corrupted BIOS. I had some mount issues. Overclocking is a lot of fail a lot of times, as you can see, but it's when you break the records, that's what makes it all good. You fail so much, and guess what? You end up successful in the end. And just because you failed is why you were successful. So, what do we got? Waiting for you to bench 3900X speed fastest. I told him to actually, that I want a 3900X. I want to bench 32M on AMD. I'm waiting to get a 3900X. Hopefully, maybe even tonight. I'll find out when. So I'll basically revisit that, and I'm still trying to OC my shit to trying to take a beer. The top geek bench for my CPU. Awesome, Adam. So who else is overclocking? How many people we got here? What are you guys doing? I'm probably going to shut down the stream in a little bit because I'm kind of exhausting. So I was asking what speed he thinks it would be stable. What speed are you talking about? My first build was a Pentium 4 about 17 years ago. Second build was this year. No kidding. That's pretty crazy, Tim. 17 years in between builds. I think my first build gotta be 93? No, that's not true. I think 93. So 93, man, that's a long time ago. That's crazy. Can't cook an omelet without cracking some eggs. I want. 300 now is available for now. So if you guys want to support me, you can donate to my PayPal if you want. That's beardedhw@gmail.com. Or you can buy a shirt like this. Has the logo on the side, has the back, has bearded hardware on the back. So you can buy that at beardedhardware.com. I'm going to have sweatshirts, hats, and stickers up shortly. Right now, just the shirts up there. You can also tell everybody about my channel. Just check out here. You can donate here. Just hang out and let's do whatever. So, what I'll do is by time tomorrow, whatever the poll is on tomorrow, that's what we're going to bench on Thursday. And the whole point of that of what comes out of the poll on the community is basically what I'm gonna bench first with the Kingpin. So, and we're gonna do for records whenever we do. So what I'll do is, depending if say we choose Z390, I'll go through and I'll find all the records that are with the GPU with Z390, and then also for that. And those are what our goal will be. So, what else? Kind of forgot what I was gonna say. There was something else I was gonna say, but oh well. What else? Oh, so what did we achieve? Oh, Alexander just joined. What did you achieve today? We broke the 3700X record for R15. We ran at 5350 at 1.8 volts. Yesterday, I ran at 5300 at 1.6 volts and had a much lower score. So we ended up killing the record on that. So we ended up doing it live. If you come back and look at the stream once it's posted, you'll be able to see it. So I've always been scared to see how many volts it would take to get to 3.9. Oh, we got an Amiga to 14 megahertz from 7 megahertz. K-Son, you're so old. Thanks for your help the other day. Hit number 93 on the Time Spy. Awesome. Yeah, I want to actually try to take that top spot for single card on Time Spy. I'm going to end up doing it with the W3175X, the 28 core, the massive 28 core. I'm just waiting for, obviously, my new mount, because there's a couple of manufacturers that make mount, but I'm going to make my own for the T-Rex. So no one makes it for the T-Rex. I'm making my own, and it's in the shape of my beard logo. So I'm pretty stoked about it. It should be pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't know. I think we're gonna wrap up the stream in a little bit. If you guys come tomorrow, we're gonna do some cool stuff on either the Z390 Dark or the X299 Dark. So again, vote in the poll, and then we'll do that tomorrow for the weekly stream. And yeah, I thank you guys for coming here and checking everything out. stay tuned for tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, New York City time. You have no excuses. Come check me out. I'll be doing some benching as always. So, I don't know, guys. I'm going to kind of shut it down. You guys rock. I'm going to post the scores on HWBot. I'll probably put a link on it too in YouTube. Again, in the community. Make sure you vote on the poll on what we're going to bench tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. You guys have a great night. Slack on.